for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some room.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
As shots.
Slinger's all alone, shorthanded. Here's a drive. He shoots and scores. Slinger dinked it out of his shorts. The Samarzik, who's got a three-point night going, sends it in front. Schulte, top shelf. Oh, what a play. It's the Demons back with it again. Here's a drive, top shelf. They scored. Now Swagstew's in. He'll turn and fire, top shelf. Oh, Ben Swagstew right where Grandma keeps the cookies. Came up big back door. Another. Oh, my goodness. Down into the splits goes Trey Sortland. Somebody call the cops. That was highway robbery. Here's a slop shot. Ekblad from the line. He shoots and scores. Here with Lewis. But Lewis turns and fires. He scored. Lead pass. In comes Hamsbaugh. He's all alone. He shoots and scores. Puck's on in front. Here's a drive. One-timer. Deal shoots. He scores. Swagstew's into the zone. Oh, he's jumped. How about the hit of the week coming there? The right-handed shot beats Conklin, sends it into the net. Spandan takes the 1-0 lead. Out in front, Morelli's got it. He'll turn and fire. He shoots and scores. Oh, boy, Mac Morelli with a twisted wrister. 9 days from now, the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck, North Dakota is going to bring in the 8 teams of the West Region that qualify for the WDA hockey tournament. It's going to be a tournament for the ages for boys high school hockey in the West Region. Tonight, however, a week before, we've got some business to settle on some of the seedings on where the teams are going to make their way into the standings and into the bracket heading into that WDA tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome into a big one tonight inside of West Region hockey play. It's the Williston Coyotes that come to Minot with a 9-6 record inside of the West Region, challenging the 10-3 Magi from Minot High. This is our Shields pregame show. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions. Everything from fishing to fashion. Shop sporting goods, clothing, and hunting and fishing gear, and so much more at Shields of Minot. They bring you the pregame show here tonight. Alongside a former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High magician, Mr. Matt Morelli. I'm Nick Hulberg. Glad to have you folks aboard here tonight. Matt, when you look at the standings and the way that things shape up inside of North Dakota high school hockey this year, the standings are one thing, the seedings are another, but how much in the year 2022 does it really matter if you're number 1 or number 9? It just seems like on any given night, anybody really has the ability to beat anybody, it seems.
Well, it seems this year, especially with that, if you're not ready, you're probably not going to come out on top. And I think Williston, you can never. It hasn't been that long since we played them, but I think they've made a few changes. They've got a couple lineup adjustments, and Minot's going to have to really have a solid game. I think these last couple games for Minot, they stayed out of the box, which has been a good key for Minot. Take the Botno game here last week. They didn't have any penalties. I don't know. You're going to have to dig down and get your 3 best men on it and say, when was the last time a Minot played a game and didn't have a penalty is rare for hockey. So I think Minot just got to get off to a quick start. Williston, okay, you're the road team, but they've got, like I said, they're playing for a high seed, and they want to get as many of these points this week as they can. They're 6. I think they're just like Minot. They've got tonight and Thursday for a game. We got 2 games left. You got 6 points. It's going to come down to that last game, and I don't think you're going to know the pairings until late Thursday night.
Well, let's look at those standings now. They're brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspections, a locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure that you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, MinotInspections.com. And when you look at these standings, Minot and Jamestown are at the top of the list. The kicker is Jamestown has the tiebreaker. Minot needs to win out. Jamestown needs to surrender at least 1 point. That means somebody takes them to overtime or worse, and Minot would win the region title. If Jamestown wins out, Minot wins out, Jamestown will be crowned the region champion for the first time since 1993. Bismarck Legacy, the newcomer to the conference, currently sits in 3rd with 26 points. They're tied with the Demons from Bismarck High. Bismarck High in action right now on the PSP Network. They're taking on Century tonight at the VFW Sports Center. Todd Domrys and Mitch Vig have the call of that one tonight. A couple former UND Fighting Sioux on our airwaves. You got to love that. You and Mr. Mitch Vig here tonight. You got Botno Rugby with 25 points. They're currently in 5th right now. Williston sits in that 6th spot with 24, 23 for Century. Dickinson with 18 and 16 for Mandan. Hayes-Zabula, I hate to say it, but it's just time to join the Junior Gold program. They're not playing for points this year at 0-11 again. But you look at the points from 3rd all the way down to 9th, and it's a 10-point swing from 3rd to 9th inside of the conference, and it really makes for some interesting storylines across the board. There's the standings inside of the West region of North Dakota high school hockey. It's going to be a wild one, not only tonight, but for the remainder of the week as well. As Matt mentioned, Minot's got Legacy at home in a makeup game on Thursday. It's this Williston Coyote team, coached by Tyler Junt, that has 2 more matchups. They have to take on Jamestown on Thursday, and then they end their season with Dickinson on Saturday. So it doesn't get any easier for the Coyotes after tonight, but they're a team that certainly has some firepower when you look at what they bring to the table. Let's look at the numbers in this one now. The numbers brought to you by our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. Prestwich Orthodontics, home to Invisalign and traditional braces for all ages. Big thanks again to our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics, a proud supporter of North Dakota high school athletics. Tyler Prestwich, Dr. Tyler Prestwich, that is, works closely with the general dentists, flexible scheduling, affordable treatment options. Visit Prestwich Orthodontics online at minotbraces.com or call them today. We thank them again for their continued support of the PSP Network. And when you look at the numbers in this one here tonight, Matt, let's start with the Coyotes. It's Ashton Collings that comes in with 39 points on the year. Collings with 17 goals on the season. He and Jackson Ekblad tied with the point lead as far as goals are concerned. Ekblad, the D-man's got 17. Sounds like they moved him to that forward position from what everybody's saying that they've seen on game film and things like that. 29 points for Ekblad on the year. Thiessen's got 22 points, 12 for Bergstrom, 14 on the year for Chase Collins, the young man that's only a freshman. They've got some guys that can bury the puck. They go against Minot High tonight. who's led by 26 points from Jaden Luck, the senior, and 26 from the freshman, Matt Morelli. Morelli leads the team with goals. He's got 14 of those on the year. 3 players with 15 assists on the season. Zach Deal's one of them. The other one is Luck. The other is Jackson Bradley. Bradley with 20 points on the campaign. Brock Jones with 20 points on the campaign. And Zach Deal with 20 points on the campaign. Swankstu not far off with 17 and 16 for Kelton Esslinger. So Minot High's got some guns. Depth is the issue in this one for the Coyotes tonight because Minot High's got 3 lines that can certainly go. They can wear you down and they can bury the biscuit on you. How big of a factor in your mind tonight is the depth for Minot High? Is that the X factor here tonight?
I think so. You have to. You want to get the pucks deep, make the Williston defenseman skate that extra ice to go back there and get the puck. And like you're saying, roll your 3 lines. You need to get everybody involved early. Nothing worse when guys are sitting on the bench and they feel that they're not contributing out there. They want, whether it's even if it's not scoring, they want to get out there and be involved, making hits, making plays, contributing to get Minot a win. And I think if you're Minot, just get off to a good start. I think the last you saw in Dickinson on the road, you weren't there, I was there, and it seemed like Minot finally started well in the first period. So if you're Williston, you got to be ready for that. They're coming off the bus, so they want to get out there and get loose early, make a couple big hits, and show Minot that they're into the game. Haugeno's a solid goaltender. You're not going to get any soft ones past him. Nick, I can't recall the score in Williston. I want to say it was 4-2 Minot. I think it was a 2-goal game, but it's going to be tight. We know that. All these West Region games there's not too many lopsided games anymore.
You've got a pretty good memory. It was a 4-2 score on the 11th of January. That was at the Agra Ice Complex, and it was a close one that night. We expect a close one here tonight. How about the Minot High Band under the direction of Evan Myers is here again tonight. They were at Magic City campus last night for high school basketball. There's nothing like this band that gets you fired up, is there? I mean,
that's school spirit. You got to love when a band comes. I've been saying all year, I hope they have the band at least one time. Get the kids out, and that's the spirit of high school athletics. And I think they rotate around, but God, you got to love the music.
They're playing one right now, and I know it's probably hard to hear through our sound system here at the PSP Network. There's a young lady up there that is actually singing along with that Rage Against the Machine song. You got to absolutely love it. They're setting the tempo here tonight. It should be a fun one at the PSP Network headquarters tonight if you're a hockey fan. That's because Century and Bismarck High duke it out with Todd Domrys and Mitch Vig on the call. You're dialed into this one with the Coyotes and the Magi, with yours truly, Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli joining us again here tonight, as he always does. Buckle up tight, hockey fans. It will be a good one tonight on the PSP Network. When we come back, we're going to talk to both coaches in our Coaches Corner here tonight. We talked to Tyler Junt and to Jason Bennett. We'll hear the coaches' thoughts on not only their teams, but their opponents here tonight when we come back to the Pepsi Rink and the Shields pregame show.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Shields pregame show. It's now time for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. We're now joined by the Williston Coyotes head coach here in year number 7, Mr. Tyler Junt. First of all, how was the ride over? How are things?
Well, this is our short one of the year. It feels like we get on the bus and we get off the bus. 2 hours is a pretty quick one for us.
Looking forward to a matchup tonight with Minot, I'd have to assume, and a big one as far as the standings and everything are concerned. How much stock do you put into a night like tonight with the, like you mentioned, million scenarios that there are in the West region right now?
Yeah, I don't know what the points are that separates teams. It's not much, but I think just, we had a good weekend last weekend, and we've got 3 games this week with Minot and Jamestown, who have been the cream of the crop in our region. And then we finish with Dickinson. I think more importantly than anything else is just that we're playing good hockey, and I like the way that we played our last 4 periods this past weekend. And with our roster, if we're playing good hockey, we should have success. So, do we need to win? It sure would be nice to, but I'm more concerned about how we're playing right now. Are we playing hockey that's going to make us successful next week in Bismarck at the West Region Tournament?
25 goals in the last 5 games for you guys, 3-2 in that time. You have the offensive production. When we saw you earlier this year, it just seemed like the full 200-foot game maybe was what was lacking, and no offense to that if that wasn't the case, but what has changed in that amount of time?
I don't want to dive into it too much, to be honest. You're gonna see a little different style tonight. Kind of unconventional, but we went to it in the 3rd period against Legacy, and we've went to it in the past, and it worked. It's not the hockey I love, but it worked. And then we scored 8 goals on Saturday. So if it isn't broke, don't fix it, right? So we'll keep rolling with it.
39 points for Callings on the season. Touch on this player just a little bit. In your mind, is he a next level guy that can wear those boots at the next level?
Yeah, he's talented. He's very talented. If you give him time and space, you get him in one-on-one situations, he's very dangerous. He's found himself a new line mate here recently that helps him out quite a bit. They're pretty tough together, so him and Fiver were pretty electric last weekend. Obviously, time and space is going to be a little bit harder to come by tonight, playing against Minot High on a smaller sheet. So I'm really excited to see how their line competes. And not just that line, you know, our second line had a really nice day on Saturday. I think they had 4 or 5 goals. So, you know, I'm just excited for tonight. Like, this is going to be a good hockey game. 2 teams that should be a big part of next week's region tournament. And, you know, it should be 2 pretty evenly matched teams that it's going to be a balance one way or another that's going to decide the game.
Couldn't agree more. Looking forward to it as well. Is there one X factor here tonight for the Coyotes to come out of here with a huge 3 points in the showdown?
I think if we got a lead, you know, if we'd play ahead instead of chasing the game, I don't know if for whatever reason, we seem to go away from what makes us successful if we get down 1 or 2 goals. And we haven't been able to break that, but, you know, we got a lead against Mandan and we kind of stepped on the gas on Saturday, and it's something that we haven't been real good at, so it was really nice to see. There's just a lot of good vibes right now. You know, winning kind of solves everything, right? And we had a nice weekend. But we got a huge challenge in front of us here. But as the head coach, I'm really excited to see how we respond tonight.
As always, I sure appreciate your time. Great to see you. Best of luck here tonight.
Thanks, Nick.
That's Tyler Jupp, the head coach of the Williston Coyotes. When we come back, we'll talk to Jason Bennett, the bench boss for the Magi. It's high school hockey right here on the PSP Network.
To top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. It's time now for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. We're joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett, here in year number 8 for the Magi. First of all, Coach, thanks for some time here tonight.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. It seems like we haven't played at home forever. I guess I don't remember last time we've been home, but it's nice to be back. We close out the season here. Crazy. It's February already, you know, and we got 2 home games this week and West Region Tournament next week.
Final thing on that note here. Are you ever getting sick of 8 years of coaching? We just seem that it's like the start of the year, everybody's fired up, and the end of the year, it's just like, we got to keep doing this, especially when Minot High's been good like they have been. Are you still enjoying this gig? You know,
a couple of years ago, you know, I've had son play, and it's hard when they're gone. You know, it's something special to have them. And then my brother played a year, and then a couple of years after that, you have no family. It's a little different. You know, this year I think I'm having as much fun this year as I've had in the last 5 years. The kids are awesome. I mean, we're doing things and face-off plays, and they're just so receptive. It's a new group. You know, we had a lot of seniors last year that we'd had for 3 years, so it's just been fun to be a part of the group this year. And it's been ups and downs with COVID and the flu, and we've had injuries, and we've got 25 kids and struggling to put a lineup together every night. But it's been a blast, and we're excited for the future.
It's been a fun year to be a part of Magi hockey this year, and a team right now that currently is in a jousting match with Jamestown for that top spot. Basically, the math, you went out, Jamestown surrenders a point, Minot High will win the West Region Championship. How much emphasis do you put on that this year, obviously with how much depth is in the WDA? Does seeding in the WDA tournament really matter to you?
You know, I think one of our goals was at least the 1 or the 2 seed, just for the fact that you get last change. You know, hockey's unlike other sports where, you know, basketball or baseball, last change or home field advantage. Hockey, it's important. You know, it's important for us to get our top defensemen against their top lines, and maybe our checking line against their top line. And, you know, we feel we got 3 lines deep here, and we can do some things with that. So it's goofy this year, like we were just talking about. We don't know who's going to be the 7 seed, the 6 seed, the 5 seed. I mean, there's so much on the line tonight. There's games in Bismarck. There's games in Botno. There's games on Thursday as well. I mean, we're pretty much locked in the 1 and the 2, so we just kind of got to, you know, wait and see what happens. And hopefully, you know, we win out, and even if Jamestown wins out, they'll win the 1 seed, but it's a co-champion, you know, and that's kind of what happened last year essentially. That'd be 3 years in a row we've had, you know, the championship in the West Region regular season or co-champions. So that's something to be proud of for these kids, and it's something to kind of build off going into the West Region tournament. Yeah, that's great stuff without a doubt, and a lot to be proud of there. Tonight, you guys are going to take on a proud group in the Williston Coyotes, and a hard-working group. They've got some skill as well. Ashton Collings, 39 points on the year. How much focus do you put on a kid like that here tonight? It just seems like any time that you guys maybe do that, you seem to shut those top-end guys down. Yeah, I mean, word on the street is he's maybe dinged up a little tonight, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's kids just kind of giving other kids crap, whether he's playing or not, but we'll see. But, you know, I know they moved the bled kid up to play forward the last few games, and they scored 8 goals against Mandan. So he's a handful. He's a handful in the back, and now having him play forward, he's going to be somebody to really have to key on. But like you said, we got last change, and we can kind of do what we want and get the matchups we want, and that's what's nice about being at home.
Is there one final key tonight for you on the X's and O's board that helps you guys get another win against the Williston Coyotes?
Score goals. We've started scoring the last few games. I think we've 6-5, 6-5, something around there, and power play's been really good. We've mixed some things up, and we've got a couple good units, and we've got some kids to plug in and play, and we kind of changed it up a little bit here a week and a half ago, and they've been producing. I think we're about 7 for 12, in our last 12 opportunities. So we're sticking with hot hand there, and we know we got some other kids we can plug in there if it's not going right, and that's something nice to be able to have in your back pocket, kids that can go into different spots.
Sure, appreciate your time as always. I just have to mention, I'm just having as much fun now as when I started with you about 10 years ago. So I appreciate your time each and every night, and thanks and best of luck here.
It's fun. Look forward to talking to you guys, and you guys doing all the covering guys have done this year. It's awesome, man. Just for the fans and the grandparents and people that can't make it all across the country, it's good. It's good to go home and watch and listen to the commentating too. So we appreciate it.
Sure, appreciate you. Jason Bennett, the head coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll have our opening face-off tonight. It's the Magicians and the Coyotes in a WDA hockey slugfest here on the PSP Network.
Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Comes back away down to Oproot, and Oproot sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morelli's in, shoots, scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Evan Myers, the band director for Magic City Campus. Fantastic job there from the Loyal and True here tonight. Something special about when the band's in the house, isn't there? The Coyotes are in the house tonight, and they just were treated to the same sweet sounds that the Magi were. But tonight, there's going to be nothing sweet about this one. It's going to be a war tonight inside of West Region play. It's Nick Hulberg alongside of Mr. Matt Morelli tonight on the PSP Network as we get ready for this WDA showdown tonight, and a big one as the Magi look to track down a region title. The Coyotes look to track down a top 5 spot and maybe more inside the West region. They've got 3 busy games this week. They play the Blue Jays later this week, and then they play Dickinson. Bonnett's got Legacy left. It's going to be a war tonight. Andrew Goodmanson checked in as he always does.
Nice of him.
Yeah, 701 Realty. Andrew Goodmanson bringing you the opening face-off here tonight. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say, never, and I mean never, mess with anybody wearing a cowboy hat. Just don't do it. Thank you, Goody, for the kind words of advice tonight as we get geared and ready for this one from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. We're underway. Minot Highs in white. Tonight the Coyotes are in black. Minot won 4-2 in their earlier meeting this year at the Hager Ice Complex in Williston. Jackson Ekblad wears number 5. He's off to the Bismarck Bobcats to play Junior A hockey in the North American League. He's up at the forward position. Morelli's in, sends that one down. Comes back up now to the point where it goes away here to Reed Cooper. Cooper's got it back at center ice. It's going to be taken here and sent right back in. Pucks away to the near side wing, comes back up to Ekblad on the near side. He's going to dump it down, and then back in behind Conklin it comes. And Conklin drops it back in behind here for Cooper, who goes up to the far side wall, and now over center ice it comes here for Swangstu, and Swangstu's into the zone. He's whistled for the offsides, 54 seconds in.
Well, I think you're Minot starting off that first shift. You got to be aware where Ekblad is. That guy, he can skate. He's big. He likes that to get some open ice. He's got good skills, and he's not going to playing forward. He wants to get as many chances as he can. He's going to want the puck.
There's some players in this one here today that are some of the tops in North Dakota. How much so? Well, Ashton Collings from Williston, currently number 4 in our great state of North Dakota with 39 points on the season. Here's a shot that came in, tipped by Luck. It went wide. Some of the best young talent in the state as well. Morelli in that top 10 list inside of the West region right now. Currently, Morelli coming into tonight. He's only a freshman, 26 points for him. A couple of those that are in this matchup here tonight. Jackson Ekblad, 29 points on the season. Luck's in the top 20 in the state of North Dakota with 26 points as well on the year. Here's big Brock Jones into the zone. Jones is going to make his way down to the corner. He's going to spin it back away to the far side. It's the Coyotes with possession, and away with it comes Erickson on the far side. He goes up to center and into the offensive territory. It comes where the shot comes in on Conklin. Bouncing puck, save, rebound. Oh, they scored out in front of the net. The shot came in. Conklin made the initial save. Right there was Landon Thiessen. But on the doorstep, it's Hayden Bergstrom that picks up his 13th point of the year.
I think if you're Minot, Conklin's probably just got to do a little bit better of controlling the rebound. It popped out right in front of him, and the defenseman couldn't find it, and that's just a matter of Wilson heads up, going to the net, crashing the net. Good things happen when you crash the net, go for the rebounds, and that's just kind of a tough break for Minot when you give up one in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Second shot on goal tonight finds the back of the twine. And it's the Coyotes that have the early lead here on the PSP Network of the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Let's listen in. Bergstrom from Thiessen. And the Coyotes are on the board first tonight to this West Region showdown. How big is that first goal tonight to this matchup? It's got to be pretty big, doesn't it?
Well, it takes a lot of pressure off Williston, but if you're Minot, let's see how Minot responds. Get back at it here. I mean, there's so much time left, but don't panic by any means. Let's just get back to playing solid hockey.
Up to center it comes for Kelton Esslinger. He's got the move into the zone, one-on-one drill. Esslinger makes a fancy one. He's in. Oh, Esslinger had it fall off of his tape as he tried to tuck it in on the backhand. And it goes back away down to the Coyotes, who go back up to center where Ekblad has it here, and he'll dump it down into the corner back behind Noah Conklin. On it on the far side wing. Mountain High is going to pick it up here with Reed Cooper trying to clear the zone. It comes down now here to Deal. Deal's got it on the far side wall up to Esslinger. High up off the glass. This rolling puck comes all the way down. Does it get to the end line in time for an icing? It does. And an icing brought to you by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in the Magic City. Located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store.
Well, I think Vermont just settled down. I mean, you've had a nice chance by Esslinger there. Almost went end to end there and made a good play. Just couldn't quite corral it. And he had him beat. Had the goalie beat to his forehand. But let's get back to it. There's a lot of game left, and Maya's just got to start getting some more offensive chances.
Brock Matson has it here. He spun it back to the far side to Radke, over to Swankstu. And Swankstu's out of the zone with it. Goes right in front of the Minot High bench. Swankstu went down. He's back up, but it's the Coyotes with possession. Justin Heller, he went up to center where Luck takes it away. And now Jaden Luck goes to work for the Magi, the senior captain. Spins it back into his own zone. He's hounded there. Couldn't get that pass away. And Bergstrom took it from him. Comes in on Conklin. And Conklin goes down to slow things up. Let's take a look at the goalie numbers here, Matt. They're brought to you by Jersey Mike's Subs. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. The Magi started Noah Conklin tonight. The senior has gone 12-7 with a .245 goals against average and an .893 save percentage. Squares up tonight against Mason Hagenow on the blue paint on the other side of the ice. Hagenow sits at a 10-5 mark in his senior campaign. 91.3 save percentage and a .254 goals against average. One of the better goaltenders inside the WDA according to the numbers, and one of the kids talked about coming back here this year. Morelli sends that one high into the air, drops back into Coyote territory. Big hit there from Deal. Puck is freed on the near side wing, and now it's going to be pushed out to center. Gar McCrimmon's going to have a call coming on Morelli. It's going to be, will it be a 5-minute major? No, it's going to be a roughing call rather, and Morelli's into the box, and our first power play of the night belongs to the Williston Coyotes. Gar McCrimmon with Eric Steele tonight with the duties tonight. I'm sorry, it's Gar McCrimmon and Jake Stack that are in charge tonight. It's Holden Kurtz with Eric Steele that have the lining duties tonight. We actually talked to Eric Steele before the game tonight. You'll hear that interview in between the first and second period. Kind of a neat interview with a referee. We don't often do that, but we did tonight. Get to pick Eric Steele's brain on the reffing situation across the board and how much the game is really changing. Morelli, 2 minutes for roughing, and the Coyotes are on the power play. Up to center it comes for Williston. They've got it here and they dump it in. Back in after it is Cooper. He just hammers that one out of the zone, and Ekblad back to retrieve in his own territory. He's off to play at the Bismarck Bobcats franchise in Bismarck, North Dakota. He takes it down coast to coast. Bradley took it from him with ease and then flipped it on out, and it comes all the way back into Williston territory with 1:20 remaining of power play time. Special teams has been one key piece for the Magi here this year, being at the top of the West Region standings with how they've done on the man advantage and on the kill. Williston's got some guns that can score on the power play themselves. Here's a shot off of Esslinger's shin pads, and it comes all the way back out to center where the Coyotes regroup and regain control. Back away to the near side. Back it comes into Minot High territory. There's the student section coming alive. The theme tonight for the Minot High student section is helmets. They're all wearing helmets here tonight. All sorts of different hard hats, hockey helmets, football helmets, you name it. Right in front of the Coyote bench, Esslinger scrumming for it. Esslinger is going to come away with it. Then Deal sent his man to the ice on the wrong end of that one was Colby Naring. This is Bergstrom back in his own territory. Behind the Coyote net, he brings it back away to the near side, fired up to center into the offensive zone for Williston. No, they just peel back out to center. And at center, it's brought back here by Ashton Collings, who brings it into the zone. He's whistled for the offside. And we'll have a face-off coming in the neutral ice zone with 13 seconds of power play time remaining.
Good pressure by Minot. You're not giving them any easy entry on the blue line there. Nice shot block there by Kelton Esslinger there. The little things, that's what you need to do. It doesn't have to be fancy on a kill. Just slow him down. Don't give him the blue line so easy. Make him really work for it.
Off the draw it comes on the near side wing, and it's Callings. It's got it here. Off to Ekblad, goes to Callings. Up top, it comes across for Erickson. Shot blocked by Swangstu. The puck goes back away over to the far side wing as Morelli comes out of the box. And the Magi are now at full strength with 10:47 left in the opening period. Howitzer from the line. That one whistled in from Carter Bakken, but wide. And back out to center it comes, where it's going to be taken at center ice to work back into Minot High territory. Swangstu's in, trying to poke it back over to Luck. He does, drop down, bouncing puck. Couldn't pull the trigger. Up to the line, Jackson Radke sends it in, tipped in front. Swangstu shot again. That one down to the corner off of Bergstrom, and back at the line, it's Bradley that has it taken here by Ekblad, and Ekblad's going to be back in with it. Ekblad down away to the near side. At the top of the circle, sends it out in front. Hit coming from behind there from Jones, and it's going to be taken by the Magi. And Jake Stack says that one is going to be a check from behind call with 10:08 left here in the opening period. As Brock Jones, that's going to be just a 2-minute check from behind, I believe.
He turned at the last second to catch a bad pass. But, I mean, they're saying, I think maybe we shouldn't have brought it up about the penalties. So now we're taking some kind of not smart penalties. Minot's got to, you're not going to beat Williston on the special teams. You've got to play them 5-on-5. And we've got to get back to being smart.
Power play returns to the ice for the Coyotes. Second time in just 6 minutes and 52 seconds. They lead 1-0 thanks to Bergstrom's 13th point of the year. Puck's launched all the way down, back into Coyote territory. And back on the retrieve, back behind his own net for Williston. This is Heller, hounded there by Deal. Deal looking for the outlet on front. It's Esslinger. He's going to turn, but the defenseman came flying in. That was Chase Callings that took it there, and it's now Williston with possession of the puck back in their own territory. They're going to bring it all the way back into their own territory, where they're going to turn it back and bring it back up to center ice here, where it comes right in front of us. Taken here by Callings, and Callings is going to move it back into his own territory. This is Chase Callings on the near side. Back into the zone it comes. Callings will walk down. He'll fire that one off the shin pads to the corner. Morelli tried to sweep it out of the zone. Comes back away up to the line, and at the blue line it's going to be taken and worked across from Justin Heller. Back away from Bergstrom. Now again to the near side, back over. Here's a drive coming. Into the way of that one was Reed Cooper. And the puck's now down to the near side corner, where the scrum continues in after it. Puck is tied up in deep. Coyotes are out with it. Back up top to Bergstrom. He's got it at the line. Bergstrom's going to take it and work it back here on the near side. Morelli took it away. Here's the one-on-one drill. Look out. Puck's out to center. It's a 2-on-1 for the Magi. Morelli's in on a breakaway. Morelli's going to come down. Shoot. Blocker stop was made there. Back out in front off of the tape there of Esslinger. Back away we go for the Coyotes up to center. Morelli's got it back again. Morelli's going to walk in. He's going to fire it in. Hagenau's going to go down and glove it, and he wants to set things up again for the Coyotes with 24 seconds of power play time. Minot High's kill looks pretty good there.
Minot is aggressive on the kill. I like to see it, and they're smart. You don't have to take chances, but you got an opportunity with just a couple plays. Keep everything to the perimeter. Nothing. The shots from the outside in your own zone, they're low percentage shots. Keep everything to the outside and just have a good solid kill, sticks down, block those passing lanes.
For the Coyotes, any corrections they can make on that power play to generate some more chances?
Well, I think they're trying to go end to end. You can't do that on a power play. You've got to move the puck quick, crisp, and not mess around. Just the guys got to talk more. You don't hear a lot of guys talking out there for both sides.
Puck comes back into Williston territory. It's Ekblad that goes far side. Up to center off of Ashton Callings, who's in. Fancy work, takes it all the way down. He's going to knock the net off its pegs. And we'll have a stop of the play with 8:14 left in the first. 6 seconds remains of power play time.
Oh, that's a break for Minot too, because the faceoff will be outside, so he wasn't pushed into the knock the net off. I think he just lost control of his speed and knocked it up. And that's a good call by the refs. I mean, he's right there to make that call. It's just a tough break for Williston.
Oh, that center ice in on the faceoff. It's Luck that goes in against Callings. Ashton Callings, the senior, 39 points on the season. Pretty good tear for him on its back to full strength. Callings on the season, number 4 in the state of North Dakota. He's only 2 points behind Owen Branson from Fargo North. who is currently in second. Here comes Ekblad into the zone. Jones out of the box. Ekblad's going to try to fire, sends it out in front. Nobody there. Puck comes back away down to Swagstu. Swagstu takes it back behind his own net. Swagstu away to the near side, brings it back off to Brock Jones, and Jones will start the motor up over center ice. It's going to come back through the neutralized zone, and down it comes into Williston territory. It's going to be taken here by the Coyotes again, and they bring it in now with Collings. Collings will turn and fire. That one knocked the stick out of Bradley's hands. Goes back out into the center slot, bouncing puck taken here by the Magi, and it's Gilmore out to center, and Gilmore's going to come into the zone with it. Gilmore's going to turn and fire. Stick save was made there by Hagenau as Gilmore, with a hard-working player, fires the 5th shot on goal for the Magi.
Nice opportunity for Minot there. A good play at the blue line, and that's the thing. You're at your own blue line. They got to be out. You just dangerous. Just chip it off the wall or make a move. You just have to know you're going to be able to get it out of your zone. You don't want to be giving up any. Don't have turnovers inside your blue line. That's tough, bad place for it to happen.
Update from the capital city. It's scoreless in the opening period in Bismarck tonight. 9:41 left in that opening period. Puck's taken down back behind the netminder Hagenau here. Puck's going to come back in. Shot came in. Save, rebound. Oh, side of the net. Gilmore had a yawning goalmouth. Unable to pull the trigger and find the twine there as it comes back into Minot High territory where Eli Hansen chips it off to Gilmore again. And forward it comes back into Minot High territory. Offensive territory, that is. This is Aiden Deal up at center. He's going to launch it down. Puck comes back away to the near side wing where it's taken here by Hellard. Hellard moves it ahead forward. Off it comes and into the zone now for the Coyotes. They're going to carry in here with Harris. Came back up to Benth, and Benth fired it towards the net but wide. Underneath the goal line now. Back away to the near side it comes and around to the near side wing. Puck is going to be taken here by Morelli, and it's going to be taken by the Coyotes, who dump it right back in. Morelli back out to center. Into the offensive zone it comes here for Esslinger. He carried it down, but it's taken and wrapped out by Williston all the way to the near side wing where Bergstrom's got it again. He'll fire it across the zone. Comes back down to Brock Madsen, and Madsen's got it back in his own territory. High up off the glass, Esslinger trying to clear. Can't quite do it. Comes back to Esslinger. He's got a little bit of real estate, but on top of him there was Chase Collings, and it comes back away to the near side where Morelli handles again. On the near side wall, 5:40 left in the opening period. Shots are 5-3. Williston on top, but they also lead on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard by a score of 1-0. Puck comes back away to the far side point. Work back around. Bergstrom's in. He fires, knocked down. Morelli's got it here. Sends it back behind the net off to Madsen. He goes back over to Esslinger. He's tattooed to the far wall. The Coyotes hold it in. Right back down comes Williston. Deeper into the offensive territory. They try to work it back up. Neal's got it here. And Monet's going to flip it out of the zone, but they go right to the Coyotes and away to the near side it comes. Ekblad's back in. He's going to bring it in. Made a little toe drag. Couldn't pull the trigger there. Up top it comes. Here's a drive on in front. Oh, caromed off Esslinger, and away it came into the near side corner. Down and deep. It's going to be taken here by Ekblad. Out in front, nobody there. All the way to the point it went. Heller's got it. He'll turn, dump back down. Minot High trying to clear the zone. They finally do. And back at center ice, it's taken here again by Erickson. Takes it back into his own territory. Puck's taken down by the Coyotes, so they're going to come back away up to center where Luck took it and dumped it right back into the offensive territory. It's a full house in Bismarck tonight. Scoreless between Century and Bismarck High. Again, Todd Domrey's and Mitch Vig have the call of that one here tonight. Ekblad brings it in. Met by Jackson Bradley. Down to the corner it comes. Sit down in front, wide open. Here's a drive. They shoot. They score into the back of the net. Ashton Collins makes it 2-0 Coyotes as they on loan for another one here with 4:13 left in the opening period. And that time it's going to be Ekblad to Collins, and the Coyotes lead 2-0.
Well, Minot has a couple tough shifts there. They couldn't get it out of their zone, and they got stuck on a long shift. You've got to keep those shifts at 30, 40 seconds against these guys. They're playing. Williston is doing a real nice job of playing their position. They're just looking for that wide pass over to Ekblad. He's open every time. They've just got to do a better job of getting in his way.
Puck's taken here and worked back up to center. It's going to be knocked down. Bradley's got it here on the near side. Back it comes, back behind the net. Conklin left it back in behind there. It's going to go back out to the neutral ice zone. Bouncer comes back up where Deal had the hit at center ice. Spun back away, and now it's taken here by Esslinger, who's into the offensive territory. Up top it comes for Deal. Karam's the end boards, goes to Morelli, then out in front. Here's Esslinger, a drive. Stop is made. Dumped on top of Hagenau was Esslinger, as right on top of him. Coming from behind was Tripp Harris, who came in. Well, we have some power play time coming.
I think it'll be all right. They'll just even everything up. I don't think there's anything. He just kind of got going for a rebound, but Myatt's got to do. Wilson has a little tough time in their own zone handling the puck too. Myatt's got to take advantage of these miscues by the Williston defensemen.
On the blocker side of Hagenau. 3:43 left here in the opening period. Coyotes lead 2-0. That's on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Off the draw, the puck is won back to the Magi. It's Radke at the line. Sent in, Hagenau the save. Back up top, Manson tattooed towards the net. Big pad save there. It's chipped up off the glass, held it at the line, and it's going to come back away on the near side wing where it's pushed back up to center, and skating it forward is Benth, who's into the zone. Stick save there from Conklin. Down to the corner it comes. 3:20 left in the opening period. Stick around for our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. We'll talk to Eric Steele, one of the officials on the ice tonight. Had a nice conversation with him earlier on here before the hockey game. Sure appreciate his time. Started his reffing career 9 years ago, and he's worked his way all the way up to the United States Hockey League. Into the offensive zone comes Luck. He had that puck taken from him on the nice defense there from Naring. Into the offensive zone for the Coyotes. Down it's pushed where it's taken here by Bradley, and away to the near side it comes where Mata tries to go back to center for Swangstu. They go down into our blind spot. Swangstu's out with it. Swangstu into the center slot. He works it across and now sends it back up to Bradley at the point, who's got it here with a lane. Bradley's going to turn and fire glove save. Hagenau hangs onto it with 2:28 left here in our opening period. Still 2-0 Coyotes.
Well, I think Myatt's just got to do a little bit better job in the offensive zone. We're getting some chance, but like in that case, we had room to walk in a little bit. You could put a little more pressure on him. Had a couple tough breaks with the puck, hopping over their stick, and Jaden Luck, use that speed. He's got that quickness. They've got to get the puck to him, and Myatt's just looking for an outnumbered opportunity here.
2:28 left in our opening period. Off the draw, the puck comes back up to Bradley. Sends it back down into the corner where Luck's got it here. Luck tried to go to work on it where he sent it up to Bradley again, but it's Matson on the retrieve at center. He's just going to dump it right back in. Coyotes touch it with a high stick, so that's going to bring the faceoff back into Williston's defensive end. 2:13 to play in the opening period. A big thanks again to our friends at Jobbers Moving and Storage and Roger Ward Moving and Storage. If you're moving across town or across the country, let Jobbers and Roger Ward help you with the price quotes. Locations in Minot, Aberdeen, Bismarck, and Fargo. They bring you the move of the game here tonight as well. That happens in the Shots Crossroad postgame show. Face off on the blocker side of Hagenau. High up off the glass it comes, down to Bradley. It's taken here and back on in front, sent away by Swangstu. Coyotes have possession. We've approached the 2-minute warning here in the opening period. 15 minutes in, and Williston has scored twice in this showdown tonight. This puck sent down for an icing.
Well, I think if you're Minot, you want to have that matchup with the Luck line against the Ekblad line. I think it was different than the start of the game, but I just think that they've got too much firepower, and you need to have some beef with you need some strength with Brock Jones and Ben Swangstu out there going against Ekblad. You've got to hit him. They got to pressure him. They got to hit him, bump him. Don't give him any free space, because that's what he wants.
On the blocker side it comes. On base at Hagenau, where the faceoff will take place. Minot out shooting Williston 10-4 in the opening period, but it's the Coyotes that have registered 2 scorers in the contest. Callings had one of them. Bergstrom had the other. Puck's taken here now by Deal, and Deal's going to take it down in deep. Deal's got it underneath the goal line, back behind the net. Morelli's got it wrapped around, shoots. Oh, how did Hagenau stop that? Morelli gets his own rebound. He shoots and scores. Mac Morelli got robbed blindly, and then all of a sudden got his own rebound, and Morelli puts it into the back of the net, and the Magi are back within one.
Well, that's what Minot needed before the end of the period. You want to, if you can pop one at the beginning of a period or end of a period, that's huge for a boost for your momentum. You don't want to give them up, but if you can get them, and now they're back in the game because you can't. Minot couldn't afford to go down 3-0.
Let's see if the Magi end up with an assist on this play. It's Morelli's goal, and Matt Morelli on the season picks up point number 27. That's a team high, and a team high 15th goal of the year. And the freshman for the Magi has Minot High on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Let's listen in to Duffy Novak. Bradley's in on it, so is Deal. And Morelli's got another one here. He has a hit that frees the puck. Now Luck's in, turns and fires. Oh, he sent it wide. Puck's back underneath the goal, comes away to the near side. Minot High's buzzing just a bit now as Luck's going to bring it out. There's a 1-minute call. Luck's in, he'll fire that one, hit the stick out in front.
Oh man, you got to get him off a little quicker. You get one, another one there, and get a second goal within that last minute there. That's just huge for Minot, but they're starting. I think that goal woke them up a little bit. Now Minot's kind of, like we were saying, you got to match up. You get that last change. Minot has got to take advantage of it when that Ekblad line is not out there.
We talked about the depth in the pregame show tonight to Minot's advantage. Williston, no knock on anybody in the lineup, but it's just that their top unit has so much power inside the West region. Ekblad's got it back here and behind his own net. 45 seconds of the period. Hail Mary pass up to Collings. He's in. He'll shoot. Oh, Noah Conklin goes down and stops him.
That was a big save, but Minot has got to do a better job. You got to anticipate those long passes. You see Ekblad get the puck behind the net, you know they're going for something like that. Minot, you can't get in the habit of giving up those types of opportunities. Conklin can only bail you out so many times.
39.8 seconds remains here in the opening period. Off the draw, it's taken by the Coyotes, and into the circle it comes. Now it's Jones trying to clear. Ekblad took it from him. He'll fire. Madsen went down. Made a nice stop there. Half a minute to play in the opening period. Ekblad fired side of the net. That one hit the side of the cage. It's down and deep where Madsen goes in after it. Fighting for it with Ekblad, but the net came off its moorings, says Gar McCrimmon. And we've got to stop here with 23 seconds remaining in the period.
Well, you talk about blocking shots and Brock Madsen, sorry. That's a dirty job blocking shots. Sometimes you know it's going to be painful. You just have to do it. It's one less shot your goalie sees. At this point, you do whatever it takes. I don't care how you do it, how you sprawl out. If you can block it, great. But you can't give Ekblad any chance point blank in there. That's just dangerous for Minot.
23 seconds to play in the period. Off the draw, it's Hansen tried to clear. He's upended there, but it's Deal out to center. And then it's pushed ahead forward where the Coyotes have it again. Now Ekblad back to center ice, taken here by Deal. Off it comes to Hansen. Morelli in after it as well. 5 seconds. Morelli's got maybe a chance at one more shot, but the horn's going to sound. And we're going to be through one period of play here tonight where the Coyotes lead by a score of 2-1 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Entertaining opening period of play tonight on the PSP Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to Eric Steele, the official for Bonnet, in this matchup here tonight. We'll do that when we come back to our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic, ND.com. Premier Chiropractic, focused on improving the overall health of Bonnet and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Again, find them online, Premier Chiropractic, ND.com. We've played 17 minutes. The Coyotes have one more goal than the Magi through one period. It's North Dakota High School Hockey on the PSP Network.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Thanks for buying some prune.
Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas with the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. We're now joined by Eric Steele, one of the officials in the Magic City that continues to climb in his career as an official, and it would be interesting enough to sit up here with Nick Hulberg and Eric Steele, or any referee for that matter. But I wanted to pick your brain tonight and just ask you some questions across the board. First of all, thanks for some time here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm caught off guard, but enjoy doing this. So thanks for having me. Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot of refs that usually get the interviews. Most of the time that you guys just get the lashings from everybody in the seats. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to touch base with you and talk to you just a little bit. First of all, let's start with you personally in your career. This is year number 9 for you in the Stripes. What made you get into this position of being an official?
Well, I first started back when I was in high school. My dad kind of came to me one day. He's like, hey, you ever think about reffing and, officiating, giving back to hockey a little bit, making a little money? I was like, yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. So I did a couple years when I was in high school. And, truth be told, the reason why I stopped was because of backlash from parents. I mean, it's always been a thing with us officials dealing with that. And just wasn't really ready and prepared for it at that point. Well, I started teaching back in 2013, and that same year I decided, hey, let's get back into officiating. I wasn't doing anything on the weekends and stuff anymore, and I needed something to do with my time. And so I signed up for the local seminar, and the rest is history, and so
here you are now, 9 years later, and involved in the North American Hockey League here with the games inside the Central Division, and of course now the USHL as well. And that's a pretty high honor when you look at the depth chart for officials and where they like to go. Next question for you here: what are your overall plans? Are you trying to follow in a Thor Nelson's footsteps, or Nick Kresbach, or one of those guys? Is the pros your end-all goal here?
My, when I first started, my goal was just to give back to the community and just to do the best that I could in officiating. I mean, and I think that's what everyone wants to do when they step out onto the ice, is just work hard and try to call the fairest game possible. But my ultimate goal when I first got the call to go to a camp and was hired by the ODP, the Officials Development Program in the North American League. I thought, maybe I could do some college hockey with this. I mean, that's my kind of ultimate goal, is to do some big-time Division I college hockey. I think the pros are a little bit out of reach at this point, but it's a tremendous honor, Nick, and to be looked at, to be capable enough to step onto the ice in a USHL game, and you look at the rosters and you see the Division I commits at that level, and you see some guys are drafted, and it's truly an honor to be thought of as, you know, a top official in the country and working in that league.
Congratulations on that, by the way. It really is an honor, because it's not like there isn't a list of guys that want to get involved in this. I have to ask you this. Each and every night during a broadcast, you'll hear me go on a rant about a call that's made, and I always preface it or end it with, USA Hockey is changing. How much are we seeing that across the board, and how much of a challenge has that made your job now that the game is changing to a way where the old school rough and tumble, rock'em sock'em stuff isn't happening as much anymore? And frankly, according to your bosses and the hires up, I'd have to assume that stuff just has to be called.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. The physicality of the game is tremendously dropping off. That doesn't mean that guys can't be physical and we can't play hockey. But yeah, you know, it's funny because it does make it challenging. You know, we go through rule change years every couple of years, and you're always trying to juggle all the different kind of delicate differences between rule books and stuff. But you know, I'll be honest, the rule changes this year that USA Hockey came up with, you know, they actually kind of made calling the game a little bit easier. There's not a lot of gray area anymore. It's either you have the puck and you can be hit, or if you don't have the puck and you get hit, you can't get hit. And you know, the nasty, the hits to the head, everything high. I mean, that we've always known that stuff needs to be out of the game. And you know, I think it's creating a safer environment for players.
This is I don't want to pin you in a corner here, but what is the stress level like on one that you might not exactly know if that was a yes or a no? I mean, obviously you're going to miss some calls here and there. Yep. What is that like, and what is the process on making sure that you get it right in those situations?
Yeah, it's you know, especially at the speed that these games are played with. I mean, back when you and I played, I mean, it's just amazing the advances in technology and the speed of the game. But you're right, it's tough, and you know, we don't always get it right. And I think people need to understand that you know, not only do we not get it right, but your view sitting up in the stands is not the exact same view that we have looking at it right on under the ice, and a lot of times fans don't understand that and stuff. But you know, you try to train your mind and train your arm not to go up, you know, in certain circumstances. I know I've been there before. You kind of telegraph a play and it's like, yeah, this is going to be a penalty, and then it just doesn't end up working the way it is. But you kind of commit yourself and, like you said, back yourself into a corner with a call, and it certainly happens. So
I sure appreciate your time. Thanks for answering some of those questions and shedding a little bit of light on this, as you guys just get abused like nobody's business. And I don't know, looking at the back of you here, doesn't look like anybody's been hammering on you too bad lately, but we certainly appreciate what you do and everybody inside this referee circle. So on behalf of many people, and some probably still say fly a kite, but we appreciate what you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nick. Appreciate what you do too, and looking forward to what hockey has in store with us in the future. So
absolutely. That's Eric Steele, 9-year veteran of the referee circuit, currently in the North American League, the USHL, and on the ice for some high school games here across the WDA. When we come back to our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report, a quick rundown of the stats of the period, and we'll get ready for the next. It's North Dakota High School Hockey on the PSP Network.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Comes back the way down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morelli did shoot. Scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
2-1 Coyotes at the end of one tonight. Intermission activities on the ice. Some figure skating here tonight. Nick Hulberg alongside of former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Mountain High magician, Mr. Matt Morelli here on the call, and our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Matt, your thoughts on that opening period of play? Williston had some spurts there where things went pretty well for the Coyotes. They ended up with a 2-goal lead. It was Morelli that brought them back within one, brought Minot back within one. But overall, your thoughts on that first period of play here tonight?
Well, I think Williston jumped out a little quick there, and they made some plays early. And they're looking for that long pass. I think Minot switched up the matchup a little bit, which is probably better for Minot. And you have to be aware when those top guys are out there for Williston. They can skate. There's a reason why they're at the top of the scoring charts. They get chances, they make them count, and they're out there a lot. A lot of those guys are out there every other shift. The coaches, they just say, heck with it. They're going to see a ton of ice time. These are young guys. They're in shape. They can play. And Minot has to just, I think, bump them a little more. Be physical. Not take penalties, but be physical. Get in their way. Slow them down to bring your team so your teammates can come back and recover and help out. Blocking the shots. Make sure Noah has a good view of all the shots. Keep everything to the outside. I think we'll be okay. Minot's that was a big good goal at the end of the period for Minot. Now let's see how these teams react this second period.
Here's the recap of the period brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspections. Magic City Inspections can be found at MinotInspections.com. Clean Tech also brings you the game reset, 24/7 disaster response and restoration services at Clean Tech. CleanTechLLC.us. Clean Tech coming to the rescue since 1992. First goal of the game scored a minute 47 seconds in. Hayden Bergstrom from Landon Thiessen made it 1-0. At 12:47, Ashton Collings from Jackson Ekblad and Justin Heller put the Coyotes up by a pair. And then at 15:18, it was the Magi getting on the board. Zach Deal and Jackson Bradley set up Mac Morelli to make it a 2-1 hockey game. Shots in the first were 12-4 in favor of the Magi. 11 saves for Mason Hagenow. 2 saves for Noah Conklin. 2 power plays in the first for the Coyotes, none for the Magi. The Coyotes went 0 for 2. Magi, of course, didn't have any, so they stayed even. Quality scoring chances, according to our officials in the penalty box here tonight. Minot had 5, Williston had 3. Minot won the face-off category 9-7 in the opening period. It's about 2:36 on the board. The Coyotes aren't on the ice yet. The Magi are. We'll take one more break and come back with our second period of play here on the PSP Network. Williston up by 1 tally in this West Region showdown.
Remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for points approved.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and...
All right, it's showtime from the Magic City for the second period of play. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call. If you're just joining us here tonight, Minot High is in white, Williston is in black. Mac Morelli and Jackson Ekblad over on the far wing having a few words for each other. Ekblad took Morelli to the ice. There was no call on the play. It's going to get physical maybe in this one here tonight. Puck's going to be sent back down into Minot High territory. Bradley's in after it. He'll pick it up and start the rush. Back up to center. Bounces it forward. Deal's got it. Minot High's into the zone with speed. Sent down in front. Esslinger. That one got past him, and Esslinger spins it back to the corner. Good tempo to start here in the second for both clubs. There's a drive out in front. Oh, tipped in front of the net by Morelli. Puck comes back away on the near side. And it's going to be taken by the Coyotes up to center ice where they cross back over into Minot High territory. Big hit came there. Morelli dumped a man on the near side wing. That brought the student section to volume as Heller went for a ride. And then the puck comes down for an icing just 45 seconds in.
Well, I think just be careful. Don't take a dumb penalty on either side. But if you're Minot, just good pressure, but there's a couple little plays. Do the little things right. You don't have a play, chip in the corner, but there's a couple times where our defensemen are wide open. They've got to get that puck. Just chip it off that wall. Guys can have a nice one-timer. There's a few things Minot's just got to sharpen up a little bit, and those are the difference in the game. There's still a lot of game left, but we've got to do them right.
Blocker side of Noah Conklin. In on the draw, this is luck that goes in against Landon Thiessen, who registered an assist in the opening period. Off the draw, puck's taken by the Coyotes, and they're going to move it back away to the far side. Bounced up in front of Tyler Junt's bench, and it comes down here for the Magi as Luck whistles one in. A high riser comes back out to Radke at center, and he'll dump it back in. Dump and chase for the Magi. They need to touch up on sides. Puck's taken at center. Now by Swangstu, who's into the zone with it. Swangstu takes it down. Work back up down to Luck, who's got it here. He throws it across, back over to Reed Cooper. Brock back down to Jones on the front. Luck, one-timer. Oh, that one came in. Side of the net, it came back to Jones, and the puck is taken here on the near side wing where Jones drops it back down into the corner. Good pressure from Minot early in this second period of play. Puck's up at center and dumped back into Minot High territory. Cooper in after it. He whistles it around the boards on the near side. Comes all the way back out into Coyote country, and back it comes down where it's taken here by Justin Heller. Heller worked it back to the near side, up to Jackson Ekblad. He's into the zone with it. Ekblad stops, turns, and fires. That was a high riser. 4 feet over the glove side of the goaltender Conklin. Out to center it comes. Puck's taken here by the Magi, and it's taken down by Deal, who's into the zone. Met there. And it's picked up here by the Coyotes, where they're going to take it with Nearing and fire it ahead forward. Ekblad across. Over to the near side, taken and dumped down into the corner by Brandon. And after it was Radke. Radke flips it up. Esslinger's without a stick on the near side wing, so it's taken at the line here by Ekblad, who went back to Collings. Collings now is going to walk into the slot. He'll turn and fire. Look out to the front row. That one up into the seats, and a souvenir will find a fan.
Well, you can't blame the rest. I mean, they're letting them play, but there was a couple of calls there. It could have maybe been a trip against Williston one there, and I guess that if you're going to not call them, you call them. Don't call them on either team. So Myatt has just got to. You've got to, overlook. Can't worry about those little things like that. They're out of your control. You just got to work harder. Step your game up a little bit.
Face off on Conklin's blocker side. Big thanks to Eric Steele, who joined us in between periods here tonight. He's actually on the ice reffing this one as one of the linesmen here tonight for this WDA showdown. Puck's taken now out in front of the net here by Matson. Matson's going to turn it back into his own territory. Matson goes onto his backhand to the far wall, up to center it came. Riley Hagen back in the lineup for the Magi after an injury against West Fargo Cheyenne. Stop of the play as Conklin goes down and puts a glove on it with 14:03 to play in the second.
Nice composure by the Matson. You don't have to panic and throw it up the wall. Stop and take it back and use your net as kind of go back and collect your thoughts and do whatever you got to do to make a good breakout pass. Mine's just got to be a little smarter in their own zone. That pass has got to be on their tape. Can't be up the middle with nobody, with a guy that has back towards you.
Bouncing puck in on Conklin, made the stop. Referee lost sight of it. So they had a quick whistle on that play, and the faceoff will come on Conklin's glove side.
Well, faceoffs, we've talked about it so many times this year. You've got to win faceoffs. You're in your own zone, and you're maybe getting pressure and getting pinned down deep. You've got to win faceoffs.
Minot had the advantage in the opening period. 9-7 in the faceoff category, but they trailed 2-1 at the end of one. Shots were 12-4 in the opening period. The Magi had the advantage in that category as well. Tape to tape, up to Hansen. He's in over the blue line. Hansen drops it back. Here's Hagen. Look what I found, says Hagenau. That one into the glove, and Hagenau hangs on to it. We've talked about Hagenau so many times in the last 3 seasons. Mason Hagenau, the third of 3 brothers, all to play goal for the Williston Coyotes. We made that joke last time we were in Williston that those poor parents, and poor is probably an understatement, goaltender pads these days just aren't exactly cheap.
Meet with a banker.
Meet with a banker's right. Puck's away to the near side wing, taken all the way back up to center now as it's crossed over by Landon Thiessen into the zone. Dropped it back off over on the near side. Bouncer comes away to Luck. And Luck's going to bring it back away on the near side wing off of Jones it comes. And the bouncing puck comes back through center where it's going to be taken here on the near side wall there by Thiessen. He was tattooed by Swangstu. Forward it comes now here from Luck. Tried to feed it to Jones. Goes back up through center. Bergstrom's got it here. And Hayden Bergstrom moves it into Minot territory. Is down in on Conklin it comes. He made the save. We're 4 minutes into the second. Coyotes still have a 1-goal lead. They're in over the Minot high stripe. Offsides the call. And Colby Daring wasn't too excited about that call.
No, it didn't look like it. I didn't really see the play develop, but I think Minot's done a nice job of playing a little more physical. That's what you need to do. Get in their way. Slow them down. You don't have to make a gigantic hit and throw them all over the place. Just slow their momentum down so they're not getting outnumbered chances and throw them off their game a little bit.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon inside of West Region High School hockey. Injuries and physicality such a piece to that as well. Puck's taken away to the far side, down and deep, hoping everybody is at 100% heading into tournament time. Puck's taken here, back up to center where Radke's got it. He moves it in. Comes back away up all the way down the length of the ice, and this will be an icing. Yes, it will, with 12:30 left in the second.
Good call. Hey, you're forcing Williston to do things that they don't really want to do. But when you're playing against their top line, you want to break even. You don't want to get scored on. Just knock on wood, make some plays, be physical. If you can get some shots on, create some offensive opportunities and go from there. Do the little things right. Chip it off the wall, block some shots. Good things will happen.
In on the draw, it's going to be taken here by Deal. He goes down to the corner with it. Picked up here by the Coyotes and Thiessen. They've got Bergstrom hanging out at center. It's going to be taken here and fired over the head of Conklin. Back away to the far side it comes, and down and deep. It's the Coyotes with possession underneath the goal line with Chase Collins. Puck's taken now by Deal. He's going to flip it up to center. Goes off of Esslinger, rolling down into Coyote defensive territory. Puck's picked up back and behind the net where it's taken by Swangstu. Swangstu works out with it. A D-man without a stick. That's Erickson down and deep. Puck comes back away. Now up top. Into the possession here, and it's fired off the blocker of Hagenau. Coyotes have a man just trailing up at center ice to pull the Magi D out of the zone. Puck's taken now here by Jaden Luck, and Luck's got it here. Bergstrom literally just skating around out at center ice.
Looks like a power play.
Here's a drive coming. That one's going to be off the mark. On the pad, comes back away, sent back out in front. Jones has it here. Jones has it where he works it back away on the near side wall. Brock Jones into the zone with it. Jones turns and fires into the catching mitt of Hagenau as that shot was fired in.
Nice pressure by Myatt's top line there. That's what you need. They're aggressive. They're taking some chances on the forecheck, and you play the body and you pressure their defensemen, good things will happen. It might not be every shift, but chances are the Williston defensemen will mishandle it, and that's what you want. Minot has got to take advantage of when they've got that mismatch on the line against the line matchup.
Your thoughts on having the cherry picker out at center? You like that call?
Well, I guess they've got to do what they got to do, but Minot's just got to be aware of that because that's what they're really doing that a lot, it seems like.
Taken here by Bradley. Comes back away to the far side. Up to center it comes. Tyler Junt in year number 7 for the Coyotes. He knows his hockey. He went on to play after his career at Williston, played junior A hockey. Went on to play Division I college as well. Here's a power play coming for the Magi after a shot on goal from Deal. It's going to be touched here. And a power play now for the Magi, their first of the game.
Well, we said it between periods. We figured the next one, I'm not sure who said it, I don't want to say, but I figured the next one was going to be on Williston. Not that Minot got shortchanged on a few calls in the first, but there was a couple close ones. So you're being aggressive and you're playing smart. You keep your feet moving. You're going to draw penalties. That's what it's all about. Now, Minot, let's make the special teams hurt on these power plays.
2-minute tripping call, charge to the Coyotes and into the box is Ashton Collins. Power play comes out for the Magi. Blocker Sada Hagenau in on the draw. Minot High's got Jones with Esslinger. You've got Swangstu and Bradley, and Luck is the centerman. In on the draw for Williston. It was taken there by Ashton Collins. They got the number wrong on the board. Who do they have in the box here? It's Colby Naring, rather, 7, not 3. They just have it wrong on the board. My apologies. Comes back away down to the far side. Swangstu turns, fires, rebound. Here's a try wide open. Yawning goal mouth for Jaden Luck. He made no doubt about it. Luck's got 27 points on the year, and we're tied at deuces.
Well, you talk about power plays. You put a good shot on net, you have to go to the net. With a good, nice shot by Swangstu, Luck's in the right place at the right time. You just have to bury those, and he did. That's what now we have a new game now.
Jaden Luck had a yawning goal mouth, then he fired it in. Minot ties it up at 2-2. Got ourselves a hockey game tonight to the Magic City. Minot High trying to track down their 3rd straight region championship. They were co-champions last year with Century. Still goes into the book that way. Look, there's a puck up into the seats, and a Souvenir finds a fan. Let's listen in here. They're going to go Jones and Jones on that play. I think it was Swangstu's shot, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ben took the initial shot. So it should be Bradley and Swangstu on the assist.
11 from 19 and 9. Jackson Bradley's just got a way to find those points. 2 more tonight. He's up to 22 now. That's one of the top defensive producers inside of the West region. He's not flashy back there by any means, and a guy that doesn't seem to ever panic a whole lot. I was having a conversation with a hockey buy the other day about Minot High and some of the players in the lineup. The gentleman had the conversation. He said, I really like that Bradley kid. And we talked about it. He said, good players a lot of times make it look easy, make it look like that patience is there. And I thought that was a pretty good description of the way that Bradley's come into his own here in his junior campaign. Puck comes back away to the far side wall. Comes natural to him. Back underneath the net. It's going to be taken here by the Coyotes, and they're going to work it away to the near side wing, try to get it up to center. They do now, but it's Cooper that's got it back at center ice. Coyotes are going to be offside. They're going to need to wait to touch up onside for just a moment. They got a man in the zone still, so they're going to have to blow the whistle dead. As Matson had the collision down there, Brock Matson's got words after that hit on the offside call coming from Brady Benth.
It's almost like they should have that all the way down when you know you've got a guy in the zone and you still continue on with the play. And I know that's not fair for the defending, the team is trying to get out of the zone, but it's almost like it's an injustice to have it just at the regular offsides dot. Should at least be down at the other dot.
Here comes Morelli into the zone. He's going to skate it down. Morelli uses some muscle there onto the backhand. Put a little quick one on goal, and Hagenau made the save with 9:06 to play here in the second. Still 2-2 on the first International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
I guess when you're in doubt, you got to throw them on net. Maya's probably got to start shooting a little bit more. I don't think they're getting enough shots. I mean, you want that pretty one. They always look great, but boy, there's nothing has to be fancy about hockey. Just get them on net, find the back of the net. As long as you get out of there with a win, that's all the players should be worried about.
16-6 on the shot clock here with Minot High in the driver's seat to that category. But we're tied at 2-2. Under 9 to play here in the second period. Pucks are out of the far side wall where Morelli holds it at the line. Fired it forward, goes off a deal. Down to the corner it came. Off of Eriksson there, and Eriksson fires it back up where Bergstrom's back at center. Deal was on top of him, and now Bergstrom into the zone with it. Goes off the skates there, and back the other way we go for the Magi. Zesslinger touched it ahead forward, but it's the Coyotes that move it back the other way. Thiessen's in, back to Bergstrom. Bergstrom back across the goal mouth, nobody there. And on the near side wing, it's going to be moved back up to center ice. Doubleheader tonight on the PSP Network in the WDA hockey world. Centuries at Bismarck High tonight. That game on the PSP Network. Mitch Vig, former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, joining Todd Domries tonight. Scott Cattell's actually a Minot with girls high school basketball as number 3 Minot hosts Legacy here tonight. And you're locked and loaded into this matchup tonight on the PSP Network with Williston and Minot. And the Magi are going to go on to the power play after a power play goal as Ekblad's into the box.
Oh, that's a great trade-off for Minot. We'll take that when you got one of their best players, an offensive guy sitting for 2 minutes. Minot's got to, let's make this one hurt.
Glove side of the goaltender, Hagenau. In on the draws, Jaden Luck for the Magi. Who does he go against on the other side? We'll see if we can get a number for you. My apologies. It's Callings in on the other side, and it's the Magi out with it as Bradley brings it across. Now Swangstu. Swangstu hits the break, surveys here, goes back to Bradley. Drops back off down to Swangstu, and Swangstu skates it down underneath the goal line, back to Swangstu. Tried to go across, it's taken and fired all the way down. That's on goal. And Conklin goes down to the pillows and made the play. Fires it right to center, off to Luck, now into the zone for Jones. Jones was on the line. He's whistled for the offsides with 1:35 of power play time remaining.
Oh, those hurt when you're offsides on a power play. You got to just calm down. You don't have to be in a rush to get it in the offensive zone, but you've got to be on sides. We can't have kind of mental mistakes like that. Those kind of killers. Let's get it back here.
Swangstu's into the zone. He's motoring tonight, Disney. Looks like a lot of hustle from Ben Swangstu. Not like that's not the normal for Swangstu, but he seems to have an extra gear here tonight. Coyotes trying to clear. They can't. Held in by Swangstu. Bradley at the line. He'll whistle one. That one goes up and into the protective mesh. And a Souvenir just drops back onto the ice here with 7:21.
Sorry, you know Wilson's going to be aggressive. We kind of knew that they were going to be aggressive on the penalty kill. Maya's got to get control a little quicker and make a little bit better decisions. And you don't sometimes there's nothing wrong with firing a shot from the point off the backboards. It's going to pop out right in front. It's like they're design plays sometimes, but you've got to know that Williston's coming. They're not just going to let you have free shots on the top of the circle.
Minot High student section here tonight. They're at volume again. They were at Minot High basketball last night. The #1 team in the state of North Dakota's Minot High basketball for boys. That student section had 5 or 6 rows deep last night. They were rowdy. They were a factor in the victory for the Magi over Legacy. Here's a drive, just wide off of the attempt there from Esslinger. He had a big hit on Collings. Comes back up to the point where Bradley's got it again. Bradley sends it in. That one off the stick of the goaltender, Hagenow. Bergstrom takes it. He sends it around back to the far point. This is Swagstu delivering down low to Jones. He's going to walk out with it. Jones crashing to the paint. Esslinger behind the net trying to poke it on the side of the cage. Nets off its moorings. And a stop in the play with 38 seconds of power play time. 6:43 left in the second. Still deadlocked at 2-2.
Well, that's a tough break for Minot, but if you're going to take shots from the point, you got to have something on them. I mean, you got to really fire that puck because, like I said, if you're going to have that design play, you need to put something on it or give it to one of the guys on the half wall because it's a play, but you've got to make sure that it's a hard shot.
Blocker side of Hagenow. 6:43 remains. Williston's gone 3-2 in their last 5, Matt. They've outscored their opponents 25-11 in that time frame. Across, here's Deal one-timer. Hagenow came over, big pad save. Back away to Deal on the near side wing. 25 seconds of power play time. Puck comes back away now to Deal, who's got it here at the line. He's being pressured. Sent it down to Gilmore underneath. Gilmore's got it here, side of the net. Sends it out in front. Comes back up. Radke's got it. He'll put it on a tee. Shot, save, rebound. Comes back up top. One-timer across. Save, rebound. Loose in front still. On top of it, here goes Hagenow. Hang on tight. We're going to have some rough stuff now. Punch is being tossed here. And the boys are going to be boys in this West Region showdown and the Battle of Highway 2 tonight. Will we have power plays coming from this, or are they just going to say this is part of the game?
Well, you've said it before, prison rules.
It's prison rules right now, without a doubt.
But a couple nice opportunities for Minot, a couple great saves for Hagenow, a nice kick save on left pad save for him. Minot's moving the puck well. Probably deserves a little better than what he was given there, but God, you just got to keep shooting, and they'll find their way in the back of the net one time.
Shots are 21-7 now in favor of the Magi. Ekblad's in the box for the next 4 seconds. Minot High trying to go 2 for 2 on the power play. Here's Bradley. Sends it in. Hagenow down onto the pads. He made the save again.
I think Minot's just, you got to get some bodies in front. Nothing wrong with, those are good shots, but if you're not having anybody to screen the goaltender, that's such an easy save for Hagenow. He's too good. He's not going to give anything. He's not going to give any easy ones up.
Talked about Williston going 3-2 in their last 5. Minot has gone 5-0 in their last 5. They're on a 5-game win streak at this point right now, 7-3 in their last 10. And a Magi team in those last 5 that's outscored their opponents 26-7. Ekblad out of the box. He's got it here. Sends it in front. Collings right into the belly there of Conklin, who came across and made a point-blank stop on a great opportunity.
I mean, Minot's got to be a little bit more aware of when these pucks are starting to get dumped out. He took a bad bounce off the glass, but still, that's no excuse. You can't let Ekblad and Collings on a 2-on-1. That's going to be trouble. Most times those guys put them in the back of the net. Minot's just got to do a better job of don't take chances. Just play it safe and get back.
Under 6 to play in the second. Thanks again to Jersey Mike's bringing you this contest here tonight. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Brock Jones into the zone, takes it down, sent it out in front, hit traffic out in front of the net there. Bakken comes back away now for the Coyotes. They push back ahead. Ericsson's got it here. And Eriksson starts the motor at center and flips it in, trying to go to Ekblad. Ekblad got into Luck. Whacked the stick right out of Luck's hands. Delayed call coming, and Jackson Ekblad's going back into the sim bin on a slashing call. Brock Jones skated by Ekblad and said, how was the bus ride on over to the Magic City? I don't think Ekblad liked that very much.
He probably said something. I don't know if it was, how was the bus ride? There might have been something maybe a little bit more flavorful, we'll say.
that mom and the kids don't want to hear tonight?
Yeah, exactly. It's a family program.
Mason Kramer Photography brings you this contest tonight, by the way. Game action shots and senior portraits. Find them online, MasonKramerPhotography.com. Do you remember a time in your playing career that games got out of control like that, a real rough one that comes to mind? Is there any real Donnybrooks that you were ever a part of in your college days or high school days?
Well, there was a few in college. There was probably, high school always seems like it was Botno and the Bismarck teams, but they were fun. I mean, they were just good, hard competition. But sometimes, yeah, it got a little hairy at times. A lot of penalties, but that was fun. That made it fun.
Bergstrom's got it here. He's going to skate into the offensive zone. Had the first goal tonight, puts one on net. Stop is made. Monnett's got numbers now. It's a 4-on-2 back the other way. And into the zone comes Deal. He's got it here. He'll fire, stick save. Comes back underneath the net. Deal sends it right back out in front. Oh, he should have taken just an extra second. He took it, and it's fired all the way down by the Coyotes. Conklin out of the net to play it with a backhand. He works it up the wall on the near side. And Luck's going to carry in as he just takes it and then dumps it down. Player went down for the Coyotes, back and behind the goal. He's back up and on the bench here, but it created an excellent opportunity for the Magi. Swankstu's got a lane. He'll turn and fire, sent it wide. Puck comes back away now to Bradley at the point. Holds it there, sends it down low. Back out in front from Luck. Comes away to Jones now. Up to Swankstu at the line. Sends it back over to Jackson Bradley. Bradley drops it in. Back down to Luck in the circle. Back up to Bradley. 37 seconds of power play time as Ekblad was in the box back-to-back times here. Back to Bradley at the point. Down to the corner. Luck's hauled up on the play. There's no call there. Minot High wanted one. They're not going to get it. Puck comes back out to center. And now Minot's got it again with Bradley, who moves it forward off to Esslinger. Now Luck into the zone. They have numbers again. Bad change from Williston. Minot doesn't capitalize, however. Taken here by Swankstu. Make that Jones rather. Fired one up off the glass. Comes back away down to Luck on the near side. Luck sends it right out in front. Here's a drive right off the bucket there from Hagenau. Hope the paint didn't get chipped. Comes back away now here to Swankstu. Swankstu sends it back door to Luck. Ekblad's out of the box. Shot came in. That one bounced off of Hagenau's pads. Goes away to the far side for Thiessen. He tries to clear. He does. And it comes all the way back out into Minot territory where Bradley is back on the retrieve here. Bradley's going to be hounded, trying to get it up the wall. He did. Bounced into Magi possession here as Deal put it into the zone. Back in after it for Williston was Justin Heller. Brock Manson's back with it. I sure like the way Manson plays on the blue line. He's a solid skater back there. Seems to have a good patience level to him as well. He moves the puck here. Bounced over his tape there, and he's got it back behind the net now. Sends it to his partner, Radke. Up to center it comes for Morelli. 3-on-2 Minot. They're back in with it. Here's Gilmore back out in front. Oh, Deal just couldn't get that one on his tape. Too far in front of him, and it comes back up to the line where Radke moved it in. Minot's going to have to touch up on sides. They need a change as it comes back away down to the Coyotes. Down to 2:20 to play in the second. Good matchup tonight to the PSP Network. It was a 4-2 contest. Last time these two teams played in Williston, Minot had the victory that night. Tonight we're deadlocked at 2s here, and we're over halfway through this contest. Up to center it comes. Eli Hansen takes it down into the zone. On the far side wing, it's taken here by the Coyotes. They send it all the way out. This is going to be an icing. The length of the ice it comes with 1:54 left in the second.
Well, not a bad couple series of shifts there for Maya. We give credit to Wilson. A couple good kills for them with one of their best guys in the box. But Maya has got to get back to shooting the puck more. On that power play, we did not have a lot of quality shots. The passing, you're moving it around, but I'm sorry, you got to get shots from the point. You got to tee it up back there. Get a shot, and guys from the sides have got to crash down in and look for rebounds. Passing's great, but when you're not getting shots, it doesn't look very good.
2-on-1, back the other way down for the Coyotes. Ekblad's in with it. Here's Ekblad. Toe drag, fired one on. Pad save from Conklin, and a big one there. Radke back behind his own net. Radke let it go around to the near side. He just waits for it here, and he's got it now. And Radke's going to move it back away to the far side where Swankstu goes back up to Luck. And Luck's got a 2-on-2 back in. He's in against Ekblad. Ekblad down to the corner. Look out. Luck went feet first into the end wall. Slow to get up there just a bit. He's got it here. Luck out in front, off to Radke. Tied up there by the Coyotes, and a nice job from Brannon. Puck's taken back here and fired out to center where it comes to Callings on the near side. He gets around Swanks to his in, right in. Oh, pad save there as Callings tried to go back door on it. Here's a drive off the side of the mask of Conklin. Here's a drive that misses just wide, comes away now to the near side. Esslinger trying to chip it on out. He couldn't get it out of the zone. Puck comes back away to the near side wing. Esslinger tried to push it out. Look out. Esslinger's just taken to the ice here. They're still tied up. Esslinger takes another one, and right on top of him, there was Justin Heller, and Heller's going to find himself in the box. Heller got together there with Esslinger. Heller's going into the box, and Heller's still having a meltdown here. Motions get the best of a guy, a roughing call. They're not going to even that out, are they? There's no way they can even that out.
Wilson should have the extra. If Esslinger gets one, it should be 4 on Wilson, 2 on Minot, is how I would think it would be called.
There's no way that there's going to not be a power play coming here from Minot.
I think they had the original. Don't you think? I think they had the original. They went back and forth. Give them another one each, so then Wilson should still have the extra 2.
All right, here comes Gar McCrimmon. He's going to come over and have the conversation here. Gar having the conversation with Mike Kelly Sr. down in the penalty box, the official scorekeeper tonight with James Knutson down there. They are going to bring an extra guy over to the Coyote penalty box, I do believe. Tyler Junt, the head coach of the Coyotes, having a conversation now here with the official Jake Stack. And the Coyotes will end up with a 2-minute penalty on the deal. Power play time's going to be out for Minot here. This will be their 4th power play of the second period.
Okay, that's the right call. I mean, that's the right call. They had the original. Then they each kind of gave us a little bit of roughing inside. So, I mean, I guess I don't understand why people get so upset over that. I mean, I didn't go to the reffing seminars, but that's when you've watched enough, you got to figure out what's a call and what's not. The refs have done a pretty good job making most of the calls. You're never going to completely agree 100% with what a referee does. It's kind of like the coaches. Sometimes they make decisions and people don't understand them, and that's the way it is. The referees, the same thing. If it was so easy, you'd see a lot more people want to be referees, but they don't want to be.
Well, and I guess right out of the gate when they got together, you could see the tie up there. There was just the extra that came in after the fact from Heller. I immediately thought that was going to result in a power play. Tyler Junt pleading his case, of course, as he rightfully can and should. Conklin put that one ahead forward, comes back away now here to deal. Minot High scored in their first power play of the game. Then they went 2 dead here on the last 2. 0 for 2, that is. Comes away down to Jones in the zone. Jones had it taken away. Ekblad's got it. Ekblad turns the motor up. He's up to center with it. Here comes Ekblad. Fancy move. Now another. He's right in. He shoots and scores. Oh, my goodness. Ekblad skates over right to the Minot High student section. Lets the Magi fans know what's going on tonight. And Ekblad scores the goal here. I'm not a big fan of how he celebrated that one. I'm not going to lie. I respect the kid. That's fantastic stuff. But sometimes you got to be careful when you do things like that. 3-2 the score now here. And I hate to call a kid out. It was such a beautiful highlight to go back over and taunt. Hoofda.
Well, that hurts giving up a shorthanded goal like that. You've got to tighten up when you're on the power play, especially when that guy is out there. We've said all along, you got to watch it. They're aggressive. They're not going to give you much room. Mine kind of went lackadaisical in the mid-center ice there, and not really sure what Mine's doing on some of these passes, but
big hit at the end of the period. We're going to have another conversation coming here, and this one's starting to heat up as Luck's still down. This one turned it into a good old-fashioned WDA contest tonight. I don't know. I just look at that last goal from it. Let me explain myself, I guess, because I hate to call a kid out like that. That's not my style. Obviously, I've been talking about him for 2 years as the best player inside the West region. I just think that the next level guys, when they see things like that, the Lane Senevies of the Bobcats, that's not going to work at the next level is the problem. And I guess that's a tradition that happens now these days where you go to the student section, but I gotta walk a fine line.
There's a different, there's a difference between celebrating and doing something like that, like things like that. You go to a next level where there's fighting. You're gonna run up against the other team's tough guy. You better be prepared.
3-2 Coyotes at the break tonight. All you Coyote fans know that I picked Williston to take the top spot in the West region. Hate to call a kid out that way. I just like to see it a little differently, maybe. 3-2 Coyotes at the end of the second tonight. Excellent goal from Ekblad in this one. Has Williston up by 1. Time for the Premier Chiropractic second intermission report. It's North Dakota High School Hockey at the PSP Network.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Comes back away down to Oproot, and Oproot sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morelli's in, shoots, scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. And Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
How do you like a rivalry game on a Tuesday night? WDA hockey emotions are high in this one tonight as the Coyotes have a 3-2 lead on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard alongside of Mr. Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High magician. I'm Nick Hulberg here on the call tonight. The last time the Williston Coyotes beat Minot High in the Magic City, 2009, 2010 was the last time that it happened. And the Coyotes won 5-1 back in 2010. Since then, Minot has not been beaten on their home ice, and in that amount of time, Minot has outscored the Coyotes 80-17 in that time frame, compiling an 11-1 record against Williston here in the Magic City. And tonight, the Coyotes have a 1-goal lead heading into the third period on the back of Jackson Ekblad with an excellent goal. Highlight reel material where he put it in, slid it right over to the far bar on the ice past Conklin to end the period. Matt, your thoughts on that period? We're going to be in store for a pretty wild third, I would have to assume, coming up in just about 6 minutes.
Well, I think Minot had some good stretches in that period. I think they've got to get back to that physical play. You're playing the body and creating turnovers by being aggressive. It opens up space for your teammates. We kind of got away from it a little bit. Of course, you hate to dwell on a shorthanded goal, but those are backbreakers. But we'll see. Let's see how Minot responds. And they had some good looks. I think Minot still has to do a better job of getting more pucks on net. Had that last power play we had, not the one they scored on, but the one before that, we didn't have a lot of quality shots on Haugenow, and he's too good. You've got to get shots on him. Power plays are designed to get 4 to 5 shots. I don't think we had more than 2 on that one. There was a lot of passing back and forth, some mishandling of the puck. You just can't do that at this time of the year, nor at any time, but especially when you're heading at end of the year going into a West Region tournament.
Jackson Ekblad, Ashton Collings, we talked about them coming into tonight. They've been in on 2 of the 3 here for Williston. Let's take a look at the game reset, brought to you by our friends at CleanTech. CleanTech 24/7 disaster response and restoration services at CleanTech. Find them online, cleantechllc.us. CleanTech coming to the rescue since 1992. Let's start to the first. In a minute 47 in, Hayden Bergstrom got the Coyotes on the board early in this one. Bergstrom picked up point number 13 on the year. He was assisted by Landon Thiessen. Thiessen picking up point number 23. Minot waited until the 12:47 mark to see the next one go by, and it was Ashton Collings that was assisted by Ekblad and Heller. Collings on the season picks up his 40th point of the year. Good enough for a top 3 spot inside of the state of North Dakota. Collings from Ekblad and Heller made it 2-0. Minot then on an even strength opportunity with 15-18 ticking by in the 17-minute first. It was Matt Morelli from Zach Deal and Jackson Bradley. The freshman got the Magi on the board, and he's got a pretty good campaign of his own going here. That's point number 27 in his 9th grade season. And that's where we sat at the end of one. 2-1 Williston at the end of one. Into the second, we had going at 6:33 of the period. It was Jaden Luck from Jackson Bradley and Brock Jones, a Minot power play goal. And Jaden Luck had a yawning goal mouth on an excellent feed that came across off of a shot and a rebound. Luck picks up point number 27 for the senior captain. And then we get all the way down to 13 seconds remaining in the period. Collings sets it up for Jackson Ekblad. He goes coast to coast, puts one in past Conklin on a highlight reel play. Skates right to the Minot High student section and has a little flair for the rivalry tonight. That's the way you could say that. And he takes the Coyotes into the room with a 3-2 lead. Shots in that middle period. Minot had 11. The Coyotes had 8. Shots in the first were 12-4. Total is 23-12. And Minot has the advantage there. 9 saves for Noah Conklin. 21 stops for Haugenow. Power plays were big in the second period because Minot had all 4 of them in the second period of play. 4 penalties in the second here on Williston. Sorry, was it 5 penalties on Williston? It was 4 power plays for Minot. 1 power play goal. For the Coyotes, they have had 2 power plays here tonight, and the Coyotes end up with no power play goals so far in this contest. Let me tell you if that's right. Yeah, 2 power plays for the Coyotes in the first, 4 power plays for the Magi in the second. Minot High 1 for 4. Coyotes are sitting on an 0-for-2 mark here tonight. Quality chances according to the gentleman in the box. 9-7 in favor of Minot, and the face-off category is just about deadlocked. 21-20. Minot's got the advantage there. Updates from around the WDA tonight. Century and Bismarck are in action tonight, and they're tied at the end of 2 periods played down at the VFW Sports Center. You know that place is a rowdy venue tonight. Todd Domries and Mitch Vig have the call there. There was an update from Botno tonight as well as Bismarck Legacy took down Botno. 2-1, was that the final?
3-1.
3-1. Legacy gets the win there. That's going to make some things interesting inside of the West Region standings. And when you look at these standings right now as we take a pretty good look there at Noah Conklin, the Magi goalkeeper. Here's the standings inside the West region right now. Minot and Jamestown at the top of the list. Minot's got the number 1 spot right now, but it's the Blue Jays that are sitting in a pretty good spot to be tied with Minot when it's all said and done. If Williston takes care of Minot here tonight and Jamestown takes care of Williston coming up on Thursday, we're going to see ourselves in a different situation where Jamestown's going to win the West region. Let me rephrase that. Let me put it this way. Minot wins out and Jamestown wins out. They're going to tie for the regular season crowd, but Jamestown would be the number 1 seed because they got the tiebreaker. Either one of those teams loses and the other wins out. The other will be the champion of the region. So Legacy gets a win tonight. That's going to put them to 29 points. Bismarck High tied with Century right now. They're at 26 points. 25 for Bottineau Rugby. They're going to stay there with the loss tonight. The Coyotes have 24. With 3 more points tonight for the Coyotes, that could leapfrog them up all the way into 4th place after tonight's game. You want to talk about it being a big one tonight? Well, these standings should tell you everything you need to know as far as how big it really is. And a rivalry, to say the least, that is brewed between these two teams. Matt, is there a key in your mind for this third period of play here tonight? First for the Williston Coyotes.
Well, I think Williston, continue what you're doing. I think they got to stay out of the box. Williston doesn't need any more penalties, but they probably just got to limit their mistakes. They don't want to have anything too glaring. Now, if you're Minot, you've still got a minute plus on this power play, which is still good. So it's not the end of the world giving up a short-handed goal. You're still on the power play, but they've got to do something right away.
Well, what do you say? Time for the third period here tonight. If you're just joining us on the PSP Network, Minot is in white. It's the Coyotes that are in black and orange here tonight as that puck is fired down from Jackson Ekblad to the other end of the ice surface. We did a preview show at the start of the year this year. Bob Gillen and I from North Dakota High School Hockey.com. I had the Coyotes winning the West region this year because of Ekblad, Callings, Hagenau, and others in this lineup for the Coyotes. They have not had the season that they thought they were going to as far as points are concerned. But when it's all said and done, Williston's going to be a team in my mind that's going to probably end up at the state high school hockey tournament. They're going to be tough to beat. Morelli on in front, shot save as Hagenau goes down and shuts the door on the opportunity out in front from Mac Morelli looking for his second of the game.
Well, good movement by Minot. I think just earlier in that power play, you've got to make smart decisions. Can't have a miscue at the blue line and let Williston just dump it down like that. I mean, if you don't have a play, dump it in the corner and get aggressive after it.
Blocker side of the goaltender. Here's your song right here, Matt. Is it this it or is this not it?
This is it.
Fuck yeah. Great song. Perfect for the hockey rink.
Makes sense.
Puck comes back away to Swangstu. Sent it out in front. Here's long. Oh, he missed on the side of the cage.
Oh, he fanned on it.
20 seconds of power play time as the top unit's out for the Magi. Jones works it back to Swangstu on the near side. Up top it comes for Bradley. Bradley goes back to Luck. Luck's going to walk in. He'll whistle one wide. Swangstu takes it off the carom, off the boards, back up top. Bradley's got it here. Anyway, I had Williston picked at the top. Here's the drive coming, tipped in front. They scored. Bradley fired it in. Somebody got it out in front. It's Brock Jones that's going to take it there and tip it, and Jones is on the board for the Magi. We're tied at 3 aside.
Well, they couldn't have. It turned out to be an even strength goal because the player had just got out, but we were saying they don't have to look pretty every time. Most of the time, they just are not. You got to get shots on goal. Another shot by Bradley that puts it on net. Somebody deflected. I think Brock Jones possibly.
It's going to be Brock Jones. I'm pretty positive that's going to get the credit with the goal here. He was the first one out of the pile.
I would say it was him.
Tipped it all the way through and monetized this thing up at 3-3. Brock Jones on the year picking up point number 21. He's emerged as one of the guys to watch for. Minot dumps it down. 15:30 left here in this third period.
Well, let's hope Minot, that's the momentum they need to keep going in this period. You make smart plays. Don't do anything that's going to put your team in a tough situation.
Puck's taken here away to the near side, to the far. It's going to bounce off the shin pads there of Hansen. And into the zone it comes here for Collings. Collings is going to take it down underneath the goal line. Met away here on the near side. Comes back to Hansen. Back up to the line. Here's a drive that came from Erickson. Hit shin pads there, and it went all the way up off the high glass behind the net. Hansen on the near side wing. He's going to start the rush. Flips it up. Hit a stanchion in the glass, and it comes back away into the offensive zone where it's taken here out in front. Oh, on a tee. That shot came in. Collings. And the stop was made from Conklin. Now Minot sends it out to neutral ice.
You've got to make smarter plays in your own zone. You don't have a lot of room for errors.
Bradley up to Luck. He makes a move. He's in. Backhand shot. Oh! Yes, sir! Jaden Luck from Jackson Bradley. And it's 4-3 Minot High on an excellent backhand dish. How about that play from Luck to the forehead, to the back, and Jaden Luck picks up goal number 16 on the season.
Well, you've got a lot of time left. Use it in a positive way. Don't think it's over by any means and have a letdown now, because you probably woke Williston up a little bit. Minot definitely woke up. We don't know what was said in the locker room, but obviously something motivational. I mean, I like to think myself as a Tony Robbins type of guy, so maybe he threw on a clip from that. I don't know.
I love that guy. Don't you love him?
He's awesome.
Just seems so smart all the time, doesn't he?
I think he is.
Puck sent in.
Smarter than you and I.
Yeah, combined, probably, I'd have to assume. You know that guy's like 7 feet tall?
Yeah, I know, he's really tall. But either way, he's not as positive as you and I. We're right up there.
14-12 left here in the period. Let's listen in. They're going to say Luck from Radke. It was Bradley for sure that gave it to him. I'm almost positive on the near side wall. Maybe I'm mistaken. It comes back away to the near side. Down into the zone. Let's put Radke down as well. Puck's on the near side wing, and it's going to be chipped ahead forward back into Minot High territory. We're back on the retrieve is Matson. Matson ended up on the ice there. The scrum continues forward. Comes back away down to Morelli on the near side wing. Tried to free it here. Now it's going to be flipped ahead forward by Reed Cooper. Up ahead. Off there it comes down for the Coyotes. They've got it back in their own territory. Bouncing puck back into the zone. Off sides of the Coyotes with 13:20 left in the third. Minot has taken a 4-3 lead after being down at the end of the second, 3-2.
I think if you're Minot, don't get sloppy now. You especially in the neutral zone. You can't lose the game in the neutral zone, but you can sure give up a lot of chances by turning the puck over and not being smart with plays. If you don't have a play, gain the red line and fire one deep and make the Williston defenseman just go after it.
Deal almost turned that one over there. It comes back away now here to Bradley underneath the net. Comes away to the near side where the Coyotes have possession again. They throw it across. Here's a drive. Save. Rebound. Loose in front. Still loose. Oh, swept out by Bradley, and it goes back away up to the far side line. Tried to clear it out. Are the Magi? They do.
Yeah, offsides.
12:59 left in this third period. Talked about Williston picking up their last win in the Magic City back in 2010. A long time ago, that was a time that the Coyotes had their best record in history. Coming back in the 2010 season, a team that made it all the way to the state tournament and had pretty good success at the state tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they ended up with a third place trophy coming out of the big dance of the teams in North Dakota that year. Puck's on the far side wall. Coyotes have possession. It's going to be held in here by Radke. He's going to send it down into the corner. It went and around the end boards. It's going to be taken down underneath the goal line. Comes back away now here to Swankstu, and Swankstu's got it here. He sends it back underneath the goal to the far side. Fired back up to center. Radke poked it ahead there, and it's taken now by Jackson Ekblad. A next-level player committed to play at Bismarck for the Bobcats. He's over the line, sent it in as that puck was dropped back and then fired toward the net by Chase Brandon.
A nice hustle by Brock Jones to get that puck out. Great play. He's got such long reach. Use it as your advantage.
Puck's taken here by Jones. He flips it on ahead off to Eli Hansen. Oh, he makes a move. Hansen's in, shoots. Oh, he hit the pipe. He gets his own rebound, fires on, comes away to Gilmore. There's going to be a delayed call coming as it comes back away now out in front of the net. Dropped down to the corner. Hansen back in after it, and he rattled the goalpost. Rowdy Piper. And we're going to have a call coming here. I don't even know what the call is when you throw your stick at a player. Is it a...
I don't really know what that is. I didn't see it. I just wanted to see what he's called. You know, maybe a...
Unsportsmanlike.
Right, okay. I wanted to say, I don't know. I don't know what I was saying. I can't think what I was going to say. I knew it wasn't, there's not a call for throwing your stick. It's usually, unsportsmanlike or misconduct.
Unsportsmanlike is the call, and the Magi go back to the power play. This is with a 4-3 lead with 11:42 left here in this third period. The guns are out for the Magi. And the student section salutes Minot High student manager tonight, Andrew Woodbeck. They love you, Woody, they say. We love him, too. He's just a great kid. He helps out all the time with the PSP broadcast.
Sorry, getting back to that last offensive face-off. You've got to win face-offs. I know we were about even, you said, after the second period, but those are such a difference maker in games, especially when you're on the power play. Now here are the face-offs down in our zone. That's kind of disheartening. You've got to win them. I don't care who takes it, but get your best guy in there that can win a face-off, and you got to have it.
They win that one as it comes back down to Bradley back behind the net. Tweet at us at Network PSP on who you think tonight's MVP of this broadcast should be. We'll announce that in our Shots Crossroad postgame show here tonight. Underneath the net, Ekblad runs into Morelli. They go back and forth just a bit. There's a delayed call coming here on the Coyotes, coming again.
No, I think that's on Minot. I think it's on Svanksview. Hooking, maybe?
It is. Good call. They're going to even themselves out now with 1:25 remaining on the 5-on-4 opportunity. Gar McCrimmon had the call, and Swankstew's into the box. Ben Swankstew didn't like that call very much, and Gar McCrimmon says, have a seat, young man. Swankstew ended up on the ice after that play. I thought maybe he was going on the other side.
Dang it, those hurt. You're on the power play, and then you take a penalty. It just kind of ruins that opportunity you have, but I mean, it happens. These guys are human. They make mistakes. You always like when they're on the other team more than Minot.
Blocker side of Conklin. 4-on-4. There's a lot of open ice here now as Bradley's going to skate this one up to center. Poke free there. It comes back away down to Jones, who sends it back down to Radke. Radke back in behind his own net. Collings was on top of him, so he's going to start the motor up to center. Goes away to Deal, who's into the zone. Deal on the near side wall. Delayed call coming on the Magi's Deal as Jake Stack had the arm up. And we're going to have a cross-check call coming here on Deal. And guess what? The Coyote power play comes to the ice with some extra space now as Deal's going to go into the box on a 2-minute cross-check. And for the next 1 minute and 3 seconds, we're going to see plenty of open ice on the 4-on-3 opportunity.
Well, this is a big kill coming up for Minot. You can't take chances. You're going to have to block some shots, close all those lanes, these passing lanes, get your stick down. You got to have your head on a swivel so nobody gets behind you. Win this face-off so they can turn around and fire it right out.
Catching glove side of Noah Conklin. Minot's back in action on Thursday. We'll have the call of Minot and Legacy to end the regular season. Pregame show will start around 7:05 on Thursday night. Puck's taken up top. Ekblad's got it here. Works it back across. Now it's going to be taken away. Bradley's going to fire it all the way down. Hagenau's going to go down and make the stop, and the puck lays out in front of him where Ekblad's back to retrieve. Ekblad up to center ice. He's over the red line, down the blue. Ekblad makes a fancy move through his skates there. And it's going to be poked free back up to center again where Luck tried to take it away. He does. Luck shorthanded. Shoots. Oh, that one's off the glove of Hagenau and wide.
Oh, boy, that might have been a backbreaker.
22 seconds of 5-on, make it 4-on-3 time all the way down into the Minot zone. It comes. Ekblad was right in after it, but Conklin's catching mitt came up and he hangs on to it.
Oh, the shift before that. Good hustle by Jaden Luck, and he just keeps his feet moving. He's so quick. I think people just underestimate his quickness. He makes that happen all by himself, just pressuring, and guys turn it over. We've been saying, you pressure, they'll turn it over, but you got to keep going and hard, letting them have it. Make things tough for them.
Off the draw, the puck comes back up top. This is Erickson across with it. He's going to send it down one off of Morelli, and it's going to come back up top to Erickson again. Erickson shuffles it across back over to the far side where it went off of Thiessen. Now Erickson again. Coyotes are at full strength. They've got a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds, but it's the Magi that take it and fire it out as it's taken down by Cooper. The puck rolls all the way back in behind the Coyote net where it's picked up here by Erickson. Up to center it comes into the zone for Thiessen. Thiessen's in top of the circle, carries down underneath the Magi net. 14 seconds, a 5-on-3. Across it comes, back over, here's a drive. Blocking that one out in front was Reed Cooper. And it's back underneath the goal now. We're out of Gretzky's office. The Coyotes pushing in. Shuffled back deeper into the zone. Minot's got another guy out of the box. That's Swangstu that's out. Puck's going to come back up to the point where Erickson's got it again. And it's going to be pushed away to the near side. Minot's got a guy out at center. It's Morelli, and Morelli's shorthanded. He's going to skate in with it. Back in on him was Erickson, who had the long reach there to poke it free from Morelli, but Morelli tying up some time here as Minot High will have deal out of the box, and the Magi kill off the excellent opportunity for the Coyotes here late to the contest with 8:38 left in the third. Puck's down underneath the net now where it's going to be taken. Back away to the near side. Ekblad's got it, fires, pad save, comes away now again to Deal, and Deal's got it here, goes away to the near side. Off of Swanks to it, up to center come the Magi. Minot's got numbers again. No, they don't, not any longer. Morelli's in with it. He'll turn and fire. He's at the end of a long shift there. Puck comes back away down to Ashton Callings, and Callings goes to center.
Got to keep the shift short when you're on a penalty kill. At this time of the game, when you're up one, is 8 minutes seems like forever, but it's a lot of time.
Bouncing puck. Taken here by Esslinger, and Esslinger's got it on the near side wall. He's up over center, the blue line. He comes. Takes it down into the corner, crashing towards the net, right into the glove. Hagenow makes the save, and he'll hang on to it with 7:47 left in this third period.
That's good. That was a good whistle for Minot. We'll take it. I mean, God, if you can kill off a partial 5-on-3 for how long? Whatever it was, a minute. That's a big kill from. Minot. You've got to feed off those types of things. You don't. Those are heartbreaking. I mean, you're on the power play. You want to have those, and then when you kill them off, it's such a big boost for your team.
We want to say hi to our good friends in Williston tonight. Oh, right out in front of the net. The shot was there from Jones, but he fanned on it.
Oh man, that was open net.
Puck comes back in behind the net of Conklin now. Grade A opportunity. Jones from locking out. Jones has it again. He's up to center. Lost an edge there. The puck's going to be freed on the near side wing. Still scrum for right in front of the penalty box. Up with it. Here comes Aiden Deal, and Deal's going to bring it up over the red line. He's in over the blue line now, and Deal's going to fire it towards the net. Waffle board stop. Want to say hi to our good friends in Williston. We have plenty of them out there, but we know the Hagens are watching tonight. Mad Mike, Tyler, and Travis. Hope you guys are doing well. We're getting ready for the racing season to start. Those guys, some of the best in the business in the dirt track world. Mad Mike Hagan in the Nodak Speedway Hall of Fame. Travis will be there one day as well as one of the top modified drivers in the country. And of course, the youngest of the three of them, the younger brother Tyler, doing a great job with Tyler Hagan Photography, one of the best in the business. Hi, fellas. Hope you're good. 6:53 left in the third. Is this enough intensity for you here tonight in this West Region Showdown?
Well, you got that's what hockey at this time of the year is all about. Come down to the wire. Who can kind of grind it out and not make that glaring mistake? Just do the little things right and rally as a team. You need all your guys to contribute.
Puck's taken underneath now, comes away here to Deal out front, all wide open. Here's a drive. They scored into the net. It went as Deal sent it to Esslinger. He put it on the backhand, and the Magi have a 5-3 lead.
Well, that was a big one. That's exactly what Minot needs. You see the pressure. Morelli gets in there, gets some pressure, kind of battling away with the guy, and good things happen. You don't have to always, just kind of pressuring leads to indecisive leads to tough times for the opposing defenseman, and that's what they needed. It was kind of a timely goal.
Deal had the great vision there. He got it off to Esslinger, and Esslinger capitalized. In with a shot came Gilmore. Gilmore lost his stick right in the blue paint. Mononai's going to have to wait to touch up on sides. Gilmore's going to the box, and so is Collings as well, I do believe. Make that Erickson, rather. Or is this just going to be a Williston penalty coming here?
Okay, that's all right.
Well, the Coyote player just got the gate, I do believe. Erickson's going to be tossed out of the hockey game here tonight. As
probably got a 10-minute misconduct.
His night is done after he had some words for Gar McCrimmon, and Gar McCrimmon says, "Sorry, young man, not tonight." He's on his way to the shower now.
He wants to make sure he gets hot water before the other guys.
That's a way to look at it.
He probably doesn't think like that, but we'll call it that.
Is that the secret?
Well, seems like it.
Gar McCrimmon comes back over to talk to the official scorers table. I believe we're going to skate 5-on-5 here. No, we're not. They've got a 2-minute power play on the board here for Minot.
Must have been a 2 and a 10.
2 and a 10 is what I would have to assume that would be. The officials are going to come back over and have the conversation again as they meet right here. Jake Stack and Eric Steele in on the conversation. This was what Eric Steele was talking about earlier on tonight, where they'll get together, they'll have the conference to make sure they get the call right. Gilmore had an altercation there with Erickson. Gilmore for the Magi, Erickson for the Coyotes. Erickson ended up in the box. On his way into the box, he had words for Gar McCrimmon, the head referee tonight. And McCrimmon kicked him out of the hockey game. And now over to the box to serve it for the Coyotes will be number 15. And that's Weiler Mitchell. And 2 minutes goes up on the board. So Minot will end up with a power play here. You'd have to assume that was coming with the situation that we saw. Usually you don't end up with just getting kicked out without the power play coming. We thought that was the case.
Well, the one thing you got to remember, too, there's still 6.5 minutes left, and it's by no means over. Might have to make it hurt, get a power play goal here, or at least get some quality chances, because one shot and Wilson's right back in the game. The worst lead in hockey is 2.
Well, and when you've got guys like Jackson Ekblad and Ashton Collings, you know that you can be in trouble at any given time. Here comes the drive coming from the line. That one off of Bradley into the glove. Here's that goal call on the Esslinger goal. Morelli back on the score sheet, along with Deal on the goal from Kelton Esslinger. Hunter Aker from Bismarck High was in Botno this year, and he scored 2 goals 5 seconds apart officially on the score sheet. Anything can happen.
That's right. Anything is possible. They don't happen very often, but but it can happen.
Bradley over to the far wall, trying to hold it for the Magi. Morelli's got some room now. He can sure hub that thing. He dropped it back to Luck. They look for the right shot now as it comes back up top. Bradley's got it. He'll send it in. Hit Morelli of the skate. And it goes back away now to Luck, who's got it here. He's going to walk. He'll fire. Pad save. Comes back from behind the net. Luck's going to try the old wraparound. No, he just looks for the outlet. Goes back up top to Bradley. Bradley back over to Luck. Luck's got it, sends it in. Morelli tried to pitchfork that one upstairs. Morelli puts it onto his tape. Oh, the old Michigan. He tried to wrap it around in.
Almost had it.
And somehow that one stayed out of the net. That would have been a highlight for SportsCenter tonight. Morelli's got it again here. He's up over center. Lost a handle on it there on the stingy defense coming from Ekblad, and it comes back to Jackson Ekblad, who works it back into his own territory and fires it out to center. Odd-man rush coming here for the Coyotes as they have 2 hanging up at the blue line, but it's taken now here by Luck, who starts the rush back to center. 30 seconds of power play time for the Magi power play. They're into the zone with it. Goes over to Swangstu on the far wall. Down it comes out in front. Jones has it. He'll fire. Stop is made from Hagenau, and he'll hang on to it.
Well, if you're Minot, keep pouring the shots on him. I'd like to see him get a few more shots from the top. The point with Bradley, kind of the quarterback out there in the top middle, that's kind of where you want things to start from. Get it to him, let him shoot the puck, get bodies in front for a deflection, or at least screen the goalie. But it starts with shots from the top and the middle. The sides, you're not going to score as often from there.
Puck's taken here by Ekblad. He's going to fire this one out and all the way back into Minot High territory. 10 seconds remains. What a night for hockey on the PSP Network here tonight. Century and Bismarck still deadlocked at 2 with 8:12 left. 5-3 the score. Minot High student section letting the Coyotes know they think they're overrated coming into this matchup here tonight. Puck's taken away to the near side. The coaches in the West Region voted Williston as the top team inside of the West Region coming into the season.
They're still going to be a tough out. If you come West Region time, they'll be ready. I mean, Williston, this was still not over yet, but all these teams are starting to play a lot better. I mean, Minot included. They've picked up their game. Maybe they had a couple bad breaks. Maybe just things weren't working out earlier this season for them. But come West Region time, the weirdest things happen at the West Region tournament. There's teams that they overlook somebody or they think, well, we beat them during the season. That doesn't mean you're going to beat them in the West Region tournament.
If you had to pick 4 tonight, do you have 4 that there's no shoe-ins, is there? Is Minot and Jamestown a shoe-in at that tournament?
Well, I'd like to hope so. I'd like to think positive, Tony Robbins style, but I mean, it's just you have to start off well. You need to win that first game. It takes a lot of pressure off. You lose the first game, now you've got to win 2 back-to-back. And you're playing three games in 3 days. That makes it extremely a grind for these guys.
We'll have audio coverage of the WDA tournament on the PSP Network. Hope you folks join us for that. It's going to be a busy 3 days for you and I next week. I'm going to have all the games on the PSP Network. We'll make sure the kids have coverage. That's the bottom line, what we'll look to do.
Is it on Beck, the TV audio?
No, there's no.
North Dakota.
NFHS Network has the rights for it, which is a whole nother conversation that I'm not on blood pressure meds yet. But
sore subject.
It's a sore subject. We've got the rights for the basketball tournament. If you don't like that, you can make sure to contact the NDHSA and let them know that you would like to see PSP Network or somebody provide a quality stream for that tournament, because it certainly should be. Nothing against NFHS Network. It's not the quality that the kids deserve in my mind. Puck's down underneath the goal line, and I got to walk a fine line there, because you don't want to bash people in a certain way, but at the same time, without commentary on the broadcast, without some of the extra stuff, I mean.
Well, there's nothing wrong with repping your own product. I mean, if we think we have a good product, then I think one of these days you should probably be rewarded for it. That's just my opinion.
Last year there was a lot of conversation about that. We can end this in a quick hurry because I'm getting into some hot water here, but a lot of conversation about it last year as well on, why we were not able to get those rights for that tournament. Basically, there's a bidding process through the NDHSA, and what happens is ABC North Dakota gets the first pick, then Beck, and then the next guys in line like PSP Network. That is, of course, unless there's NFHS Network cameras inside those venues, and then NFHS Network has the rights, and unfortunately at the VFW Sports Center, there's those NFHS Network cameras there. You got to pay for it, and you get a quality broadcast that maybe isn't one that you would hope to see for the WDA tournament.
Well, you know more of the ins and outs than I do. You always just hope it's PSP, but I mean, I guess that's something down the road. Hopefully we can have that tournament one day.
I certainly hope so as well. That's my favorite time of the year, the WDA hockey tournament. Are you kidding me? Especially on a year like this. Up to center ice we go into the zone. Here's a drive. Oh, trying to pick the far corner. Bergstrom just missed there, and back the other way. Here comes Deal. He's got a breakaway. We go coast to coast to drive, and the stop was made. Hagenau got the catching mitt on it, and we exchange blows late in the third with 2:52 left in the third period.
Well, that's a nice save. I mean, Hagenau, he's done his share to keep Williston in the game tonight. There's still plenty of time, but he's making big saves when he has to keep the game still within reach.
Glove save of the netminder, Hagenau. Shots are 36-17. Minot High's got the advantage there. Williston's had 2 leads in this hockey game, however. They led at the end of the first. They led at the end of the second. They had a 2-goal lead early in the contest. Minot's got 1:32 on power play time coming here. Bradley's got it up top. He'll work it across. He's going to fire that one. Knocked down there off of the arm of Collings. Comes back away now here into the possession of Swangstu. Dropped it down. Back to Jones. Now Swangstu again. Swangstu across. Back over to Deal. He's going to be pressured here. Deal just gets away from that and brings it back up now to Swangstu. At the line, here's Bradley. He'll turn and fire. Oh, you heard the goalpost go clank. I don't think he could have hit that one anymore square. Here's a drive tipped in front. Jones side of the net, looked for his second. Turned out of there by the Coyotes. Comes back away. We're at the 2-minute warning now here in the third. Bradley again over Deal. One-timer. Jones behind the net. He's tied up there underneath, and it comes back underneath the goal line where Swangstu is going to free it here. Swangstu underneath the goal line with the help of Morelli, who's going to come out with it. Morelli's going to work it back over to Deal. $1:43 to play in regulation. In with it comes Swangstu. He'll turn and fire. Nice block there from Connor Ekblad. Comes back away now to Deal, who drops it down. Morelli's got it in Gretzky's office. He goes to work here. Back off to Jones it comes. Under 90 seconds to play in regulation. 5-3 Minot's on top. They look for more. Drive out in front. Shot, save, rebound, shot. Oh, they scored. Side of the net it came. And Deal's got another one, and the Magi have a 6-3 lead.
Well, we talked about penalties and coming down to special teams. Not that it's been all special teams tonight, but Minot has kind of made them pay at the most important time of the game, which has been the third period. We've had some more power plays, and I don't know, there's been a couple close calls. Minot probably got away with some. Williston probably took the short end a few, but Minot's been more aggressive. Minot's been keeping their feet moving, drawing some penalties. Can't say it's all bad calls.
Puck's taken here by the Magi. They're going to fire this one ahead forward. We're down to the final minute 10 here tonight, and chances are that was the nail in the coffin. Start the bus is the chance. Puck comes back away on the near side wing. Down at the goal line, and comes down here to Hagen. Hagen underneath, comes back away, back to the point. Across it comes from Cooper. He fired, hit traffic. Let's listen in on the Deal goal call. Jones to Deal. We're down to the final 36 seconds left here in the third period. 6-3, Magi are on top. Final 30 seconds to play in the game. Lesson for all your young hockey players out there. I think that's maybe the message about taunting the opposing team's student section. You got to be careful with that, because that's how Minot High had the Giant awoken in between periods, I'd have to assume. Final 10 seconds. Cut them down, kids. We're at 8, now 7. A little extra billboard material or locker room stuff in between periods after I don't know what you call that, 35, 40, 50 kids in the student section get taunted after that goal. It wakes Minot up, and they come out with a burst in the third and come out and score 4 goals in the third period and take home a 6-3 victory here tonight and complete the sweep on the Coyotes out of the season.
Well, that's a big one for Minot. Keep rolling. You've got to have things going in the right direction when you're heading into a WDA or you got your last game of the year. You want to be smart, be playing well, get rid of the, work your, fundamentally you want to have a sound game, because you get into end of the year and there's not a lot of room for error.
Fun one tonight. We've got plenty to talk about on our Shots Crossroad postgame show tonight. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. They are your postgame headquarters again here tonight. Final from the Magic City is 6-3 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Let's go to our Shots Crossroad postgame show tonight. Magi are 3 better than the Coyotes here on their home ice.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today? I don't know what to order. Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa! What
What is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead gum meal here at Shots Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Shots is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid. Whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right. I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I take a caramel roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
Shots Crossroads brings you the post-game show here tonight. Shots Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. They're open 24/7, 365. I've asked you this plenty of times. What's your go-to at Shots Crossroads?
Oh, well, let's see. I was there on Sunday. I had, what did I have? I mixed it up a little bit. I had something different, but usually it's 99. 99, 109.
You like
88?
They're all good, aren't they?
All the numbers.
Shots Crossroads brings you the post-game tonight. It's Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High magician. I'm Nick Hulberg. Here as we put a cap on this one tonight, the Magi take care of the Coyotes tonight, 6-3. But give credit here to the Williston Coyotes. They were a team that tonight came out and gave Minot High heck of a challenge. We want to say real quick, big thanks to James Knutson, the official scorekeeper down in the booth, volunteering his time each and every night as just a passion and a love for the game. Brings us a score sheet here at home. Big thanks to James, by the way. Fantastic stuff. Thanks, James.
All these guys you have up here are really good to work with. They take care of us and give us what we need and give you the stats and the kind of work with the cameras. You can't do it without a crew.
Big thanks again to Caitlin Blaze for running the camera tonight. Brayden Byers was over at Minot High tonight helping Scotty K on the call there. Minot High Jets had a win tonight, by the way. The Bismarck Demons just scored to take a lead on the Century Patriots 3-2 with $1:23 left. Things are going to be interesting inside the West region as we take a look at our standings real quick before we give you the game reset here tonight in our Shots Crossroad postgame show. Minot picks up 3 more points tonight to get to 44. Jamestown still in the hunt to win a region title. Legacy picked up 3 more tonight to get to 29 with a victory over Botno tonight. And if Bismarck High can hang on, they're going to end up with 29 as well to be tied with Legacy. Williston doesn't collect any points in the Magic City tonight. They're going to stay at 24. And if Century loses, they'll stay at 23. Down the stretch we come. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody falls into place. Once again, Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here in this showdown here tonight. Did you have a big takeaway in this hockey game? Something that really stood off the paper, a difference maker tonight for either team?
Not one thing in general. I think they probably just, you got to realize you got to hang with the plan. The coaches work out a game plan, a strategy on how you want, what the matchups are, lines, and playing against. You're taking Collings and Ekblad. Those guys are just offensive. You gotta know when they're out there. Haugeno is solid. He gave up 6, but he made a lot of some pretty good quality saves. And either way, when you're coming at this time of the year, you've got to start eliminating those mental errors. Things got to be crisp, quick, sharp. You've got to be ready to go. You're going to have the WDA where hopefully it's 3 games in 3 days. That's a grind. That's like a state tournament preparation. We don't usually play 2-3 in a row like that during the season. So you've got to be ready. It's hard on these guys' body. They're traveling. They're going back and forth to Bismarck, and you're sometimes out of your routine. But when you get here and you're on home ice, we haven't been at home for a while. So I think you get the band and you get guys fired up. And I mean, Matt, we're fired up. So if you're a player, we get excited, and we're just guys that just get to see it and call it. and get to be a part of the action. But when you're a player, you got the band, you're at home, you got your students, your friends that are watching, and parents, and we've got one more home game, and it's the senior night, and I think the guys are, I think they're kind of starting to come, the bonding is really started to take place with these guys. You can kind of see it. They're having fun. Sure, things are always better when you're winning, but if your things aren't going your way, like they were down one going into the third, Wilson's kind of caught us on our heels on that short-handed goal, and I mean, Minot could have folded the tent and said, "Oh boy, it's not our night." They rally, come out and score a couple quick ones, and I think that threw Williston for a loop tonight, and I just don't think they were the same after that fourth goal.
Minot High gets the victory tonight to pick up their 11th win in the region. 11-3 now for them, 12-7 overall coming into tonight, now at 13-7 for the Magi. The Coyotes fall to 9-7 in the West and 11-8 overall on the year. Let's dive into the numbers of this one and the recap of the hockey game. It was Hayden Bergstrom that scored first for the Coyotes a minute 47 into the contest tonight. Landon Thiessen had the assist. Williston went up by 2 at 12:47 of the first when Collings picked up his 40th point of the year. Jackson Ekblad and Justin Heller were in on the goal to make it 2-0 Coyotes. Minot scored with just a little bit under 2 minutes remaining in the hockey game, in the opening period, that is. Matt Morelli was on the board again. Morelli continues to shine. That was his 15th goal of the year. Point number 27 for the freshman, one of the top youngsters in the state of North Dakota, leading all freshmen in scoring across the state. Deal and Bradley had assists on that goal, but it was 2-1 at the end of one in favor of Williston. In the second, Williston comes out with the advantage at 3-2 at the end of 2, and this is how they did it. It was Jackson Ekblad in that matchup in the second that ended up getting on the board. He was assisted by Ashton Collins. That was at 16:47 of the second period. That was after Jaden Luck scored for the Magi at 6:33 on the power play. Jackson Bradley and Brock Jones had the assist. Ekblad had the goal at the end of the period with 14 seconds left. An excellent play that beat Conklin. A fancy move. Ekblad went through everybody. A short-handed goal for Ekblad. And Ekblad had Williston up 3-2 at the end of 2. In the third, Minot High came out firing. They scored 4 unanswered. Brock Jones from Mac Morelli and Ben Swankstu was the first, a minute 22 in. Then at 2:30, Jaden Luck got his second to the game. Jackson Radke had the assist. Then at 10:15, Kelton Esslinger from Zach Deal and Mac Morelli. And then at 15:42, it was Zach Deal from Brock Jones to put Minot up for good, 6-3 here tonight. Final shots on goal, 37-17. Minot outshot Williston 12-4 in the first, 11-8 in the second, 14-5 in the third. Goaltender saves, 31 tonight for Hagedal on 37 shots, 14 tonight for Conklin on 17 shots. Minot ended up with 2 power play goals tonight. There was 10 penalties called on Williston. Williston ended up with 0 power play goals, but a short-handed tally tonight on 6 penalties called on Minot. Quality scoring chances when it all was said and done. Minot dominated that category, 18-6. Faceoffs won belonged to the Magi as well at 34-29. And it's a big 3 points inside the West region as Minot looks to see if they can track down a third straight region title. One more break on the PSP Network. When we come back, we'll name our MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll also have our move of the game here tonight, brought to you by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Final 6-3 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. The Magi take the victory over the Coyotes. We'll wrap it up when we come back to the Pepsi Rink.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Shots Crossroad postgame show. Wrapping up from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena tonight after the Magi take a 6-3 victory from the Williston Coyotes. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli. We do have to tell you, Jordan Willard came to stop by here tonight. We told him that we were ready to get home and get to bed. Busy week on the PSP Network again tonight, so we'll have the coach on Thursday night, of course. Time to announce our MVP of the contest and our move of the game here tonight. Let's start with the move of the game. Brought to you by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. If you're moving across town or across the country, let Roger Ward Moving and Storage help you. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. The move of the game brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Find them online, rogerwardmovingandstorage.com. Some good highlights on both sides here tonight in this hockey game. But that Ekblad goal where he went coast to coast at the end of the second period and snuck it past Conklin, I mean, he had about 6 or 7 moves to get through all those defenders. Is that one that would be a clear cut tonight for that?
Yeah, he had 3 guys draped all over him to get a shot off, not to mention score. So I mean, that, like I said, he's going to cause fits for these teams going down the road. But you just have to, hopefully, you can catch him on an off night or just, get in his way and keep everything to the outside for him.
That's our move of the game, brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Time for tonight's MVP of the game. Man, do we have a tough choice tonight. There's plenty of guys on the score sheet with multi-point nights tonight. Guys that certainly are deserving. Jaden Luck had a pair of goals here tonight. Jones had a couple points tonight. Morelli with a couple points tonight. Bradley good again tonight. I thought Swagstu had a lot of hustle tonight. He was good. Esslinger had some points tonight, but my player of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips, is Zach Deal. 3-point night for Zach Deal. Any argument there? He seemed to have a lot come through him here tonight as far as the offensive production and just zone time with the puck and time of possession. Any argument on Zach Deal here tonight?
No, I thought Deal was really jumping out there tonight. You need your veterans to step up, take charge, kind of come, get those moments that they need to kind of show that experience, and that's why he's a captain. And when you're your seniors, your older guys, they need to show these guys what it takes to work, come through, and make some sacrifices on the ice, and they're going to get more ice time. But when you're veterans, you expect that, and that was a good game for him tonight.
Get the MVP haircut experience at Sport Clips in Minot and Bismarck. The MVP experience can be found only at Sport Clips. They bring you tonight's MVP. Congratulations, Zach Deal, tonight's MVP. Matt, your closing thoughts on this one before the Magi get ready for a matchup on Thursday with the Sabres from Legacy, who are currently in 3rd inside the West region.
It's going to be a good one. Legacy is really, their game has come a long way since we played them earlier in the year. I want to say it was, about our 2nd or 3rd game of the year, and it seems like forever ago, and it's really not, but the season goes by so quick. I think Matt's just got to take it a game at a time. Don't be looking forward. Don't look ahead to the West Region tournament. Worry about Thursday night. It's the seniors' last home game. Let's make it, step up for those guys. Be working hard. Go and have some fun, but do things the right way. You've got to have a good, solid game because you want to have kind of get on a good feel going into the West Region tournament.
Sure appreciate your time tonight. Fun working with you.
No problem.
We'll have to, maybe what we should do is get together for one of those Tony Robbins seminars. You can do those online,
I've never done one, but I sure would love to. I mean, the more the merrier.
Things are changing. We're getting into Tony Robbins podcasts or into seminars. I'm interviewing refs. What's next? Who knows what's going to happen?
That's true. It's like I said, we like to have a lot of variety in the show. And no, I'm with you. I like to do different things. And it's always if we can have a good positive influence for the viewers and the people that listen, and can at least get a good sense of what's going on with Magi hockey, I think we're doing our job.
Sure, appreciate you. A lot of fun working with you.
For sure.
It's Matt Morelli that joined us tonight. Big thanks again to Caleb Blaze for joining us tonight and Braden Byers. Thanks, gentlemen. Fantastic job as always. Big thanks to Jason Bennett and to Tyler Junt for joining us tonight, and Eric Steele for his time in between periods as well. We're back at it on Thursday night on the PSP Network. First, the Scotty K Show tomorrow night on the PSP Network. Hope you stop in for that tomorrow night as well. It's the final of this one. The Magi win 6-3. We'll be back at it coming up on Thursday. Matt and I will have the call starting with the Shields pregame show of Legacy and Minot High on Thursday night at 7:05. Until then, Nick Hulberg signing off from the Pepsi Rink. After a 6-3 win tonight for the Magi, please have a good night and God bless. This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.